Okay, so welcome to our Star Wars game. We're up to session number 74, or season 6, episode 2, roughly labeled Pirates. Just to help you remind where we're up to.
Pirates.
At the table today we have Kesley.
Hello, hello. I am playing... What's my character name? Kiana.
Has it been that long?
It's been one whole week. So I'm playing...
Be careful, he'll give you amnesia.
I know. I'm playing Kiana, who is Mandalorian... I guess... clan security, I guess? Made her way up the ranks, ended up being leader for a short while before making some dumb decisions and having to reprove herself. In so is continuing to fight the good fight for her family, has learned to loosen up a bit and accept that there are gray areas in the world, especially if those gray areas are messing with the Empire, because we're not fans of that. Yeah. That's me.
Next one up is Mike.
Hello, I play Bro Crash, a Gungan pilot, pod racer, racing specialist. I'm 2.2 meters tall with a pink and purple mohawk. I'm from the Panorama Mountain Raceway of Naboo. And yeah, that's me.
Up next we have Peter.
Greetings. I'm playing Sergeant Garm Von Jewel, Human Quartermaster of the Alliance. This is my second session. I'm currently...
The wealthiest person there.
Well...
It wasn't that high of a bar to begin with, let's be fair.
Well, when he has almost added a 0 on the end of how much wealth he's got to everyone else,
Yeah.
that is a pretty high bar.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm travelling the universe with my new friends.
Next we have is Ariadna.
I play Thea, True Striker, Thea, Talon of the Clan, which is to say that I'm currently the leader of Starwing Clan. I've had the fortune or misfortune to become force sensitive. Started with my accidentally knowing how to walk through a secret door to the founder and getting their book.
Well, falling through walls do have issues.
Yeah, falling through secret doorways is not the best way to find secret doorways.
And there was no clipping on there at all whatsoever.
No, and nothing saying don't open this book. It will change your life and make... what are those guys who keep chasing me called? I want to say...
Inquisitor.
The Inquisitors. I was going to say Interceptors. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah, so...
Some of the TIE fighters are called that.
Although they don't seem to have caused me too much problem for a little while now.
Yet.
Which I put towards having a mentor helping me do the basics of defense.
And then we hear the words, famous last words.
Yeah.
I work with Khalid, my second and droid collector, fellow lost cat owner. Kiana, the martial artist, who lost her arm because she not through martial arts, thank God. Ash, who's not here, who has the big guns, literally. And of course, Broom Broom Cash, our speedster, although he hasn't had to do any racing recently, and mechanic and computer specialist, as well as our new friend now in the Rebel Alliance. And hopefully, I don't kill them all.
Yay!
Well, hey, if they wake up, it's all good. If they don't, well, hey.
I mean, if you wake up when the Empire's in charge, it is a good day. Because you're not dead.
Yes, well, I'd like to wake up and the Rebel is in charge.
Give
Or
it...
the Alliance.
give it about, 6-7 years.
But apparently once they do get in charge, they don't do a great job of it, so...
No, it completely depends on whether Disney keeps the current episodes 7, 8, or 9, or they delete them like they're pretending they're going to do.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're going to delete them?
Yes.
They're going to try to say that it's out of...
They're going to do what they did with the entire novel series that they had set after Return of the Jedi and push that into an alternate universe.
Yeah.
Which novel series?
Starting from the all Zahn stuff was pushed into an alternate
He's the
universe.
best writer out of all of them.
Because Disney wasn't involved in the making of those books.
It's just like Disney, discard all the good stuff.
Yep.
Well, they pinched from it. Turns out that it was much better than they thought, and bringing it back is pretty much what's kept the franchise alive. Online today we have Ross.
Yes, I play Khaled, who brought a personal gun to a starship fight. That's the reason why he's lost his arm. Same reason why Kiana's lost her arm. She brought martial arts to a starship fight.
Hey,
Yes, I
thought I could block it.
In a
It's
way, you
not
did block it.
recommended.
It just didn't stop.
It worked.
Yes,
You're welcome.
I play the enforcer, assassin, and gadgeteer of the group. Yeah, still a little bit uncomfortable with the rebellion type thing because you still need a law and order, and in the time of death, currently infighting with politics, which I hate, a lot of people are going to get hurt, which really pisses him off.
Accurate.
So, yeah, he has to suck it up, and hopefully Mandalore and his clan will wave out this rough times.
And not joining us today is our other player who has Ash as his character, who is our heavy weapons specialist, fighter pilot wannabe, and our current scratching post.
He's not a fan of
No one's ever a fan of being the scratching post.
Yeah.
So, this time I'm going to do something different with our character points, and you get to roll and see how badly you do.
Yay, love
Whether or not the
this.
dark side is in charge or not.
Oh, 2 light sides.
That's not too bad. And then Mike gets to roll.
Alright, don't ruin it.
Because there's more black side than there are white side.
Hey, you got one. There you go.
Okay, Peter's turn.
No pressure, you're new.
A black. But only one.
I was going to say, we all know I roll badly. Maybe I should get Martin to roll for me.
Sure. 2 black it is, or will be. Not 1 black. There we go.
I meant it as a joke, not as a serious thing. I still have the dice. I can't hand it to you. I would like to argue I still have my roll.
You still have your roll.
Okay, good. It's black.
See, look, I predicted the future.
Oh, he's psychic.
And Ross, would you like me to roll for you?
Yeah, might as well.
Or do you want Mike to roll for you?
Any
Whoever gets
preferences?
the dice first.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Oh,
Two lights.
nicely done.
And so you can have more or less, or you can have everything dark. So it says that not quite as bad as it could be.
It's not bad.
And generally, you don't roll for the GM. In these cases, you just roll for the players. Whereas the alternate one of doing it, which is the way Genesys does it, is each player gets a light side and the GM gets a dark side.
Yeah.
I like it better that way.
I like it. I like it this way.
Well, you are starting the session technically in combat.
Yeah, sure. I like this because I like the chaos.
Yes, it can turn out that you have absolutely no points to spend at the start of the game.
I kind of like that though. But
Or the
that's
GM has no points to spend at the start of the game.
I like that.
That is preferable. No, I like it because I like that there's a lot of like up in the air.
Rich.
Don't know how it's gonna go, and like you don't know how easy or hard it's gonna be. So I kind of like it this way.
Okay, so who wants to do the recap for last session?
I'll do a quick recap. So we all started off in our, I guess, station, all that stuff. We were introduced to Sergeant Garn Von Duvel, who says that he can help us out, as the Grey Griffins have asked us to help them gather some materials. He is our contact, and he says he knows a guy. And I was like, huh, you know a guy. That's fine. And then we go find out that the guy that he knows is none other than the pirate Hondo, infamous pirate Hondo. So we head to Kidron and meet up with him. Do our best to be like, Hondo, we're watching you. We know you. And he's like, what? It's just me. Everything's perfectly fine. I totally got the parts. I just left them over there. You can go get them. And so we head on up, after shenanigans, we head on out to where he left the parts. It just happens to be on an Imperial ship that is currently being attacked by pirates. That's where he left it.
If I'm not mistaken, he actually owns the ship that the part is on.
Ish.
Only by way of a really good faked set of papers.
No. The actual ship as opposed to the object itself.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is how we can track it.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
But
Yeah, sounds like Hondo.
he's hired it out to the Empire as a way of smuggling the equipment away from the eyes of those who may want to steal it.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the Empire trusted him.
So he hired his ship to the Empire.
Yep.
To smuggle a part he stole from the Empire?
To smuggle a part to keep it away from pirates, because they wanted it taken into the sector secretly.
So the Empire hired the ship because at his suggestion they could smuggle this part.
Not his suggestion, that he basically arranged it.
Okay.
So they don't know he's involved.
I'm a little bit confused, but okay.
But like all pirates, he does the whole shell game thing where he's pretending to be one thing but really doing something else.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's just as bad as Lando Calrissian.
I
Just
still
as
feel a
very
bit
charismatic.
confused, but it's Hondo. I expect to stay
Well,
in this confused state.
You have Gambler with Lando, you have Smuggler with Han, and you have Pirate with Hondo. They're all very interesting characters,
Mhm.
and they completely mess with you in different ways. So, starting with the session today, you can see that there is a rather big freighter on its way through the system, and there is at least 20 odd pirate ships harassing it.
20.
Mm. All of them are small fighters.
Nothing for good old Brum, right?
I'm assuming we have some experienced gunners for the ship's weapons.
We
Take
have,
that
Yeah,
laugh
we're
as a yes.
experienced.
we have some
Yeah,
Well,
we're experienced.
we're kind of
Like that.
missing Ash, who would have been was one of our main gunners, but
Ash is currently being chased by cats in a Benny Hill sort of themed thing going in the background.
Nice.
I thought he was in the ship probably doing exactly the same thing.
He probably wouldn't be jumping through hyperspace all the time in his ship.
Oh.
Because it is not comfortable to stay in those all the time.
Space.
And if you just come out of hyperspace, he would have to be heading to his ship.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy to do so. So, we have Brum Brum Crash flying, who's sitting in the co-pilot seat. Not Ash at this stage, because Ash is currently busy.
I thought at the end of last session I was.
You can choose to be there or not be there. And
I was going to say, who's the better pilot? Is it Khalid or
No.
Kyle?
I'm more of an engineer,
I was going to say,
damage control.
could possibly NPC.
I can fly, but I have got the basic knowledge. I don't have combat pilot.
I was going to say, because do you have any piloting skills?
he's not the pilot.
Because we want someone in the gunners, like out. Don't we have 2 gun ports?
Are you getting ahead of yourself? I was just asking who's in the co-pilot seat.
I'm not sure. I guess me, if Ash is not NPC.
What's your piloting?
My piloting, I have 1 rank in it.
So you're at least trained.
We've all got basic pilot training.
Not everyone has basic pilot training, Ross.
I have 1 yellow, 2 green.
I'm thinking of the original group, sorry.
Yeah, you
I
were.
had 1 green last I looked, so
I can be co-pilot.
I think.
Well, I mean, unless we,
I was gonna say, if we're not
unless they want me on
then-
gunnery, because I'm more skilled. No, I'm not. Actually, never mind. I'll be co-pilot.
Yeah, I was.
I
Gonna
thought
say,
I was. I'm not.
You
Yeah,
pretty
my
regularly
gunnery and
co-pilot.
co-piloting, I think, are at the same.
Co-pilot is better for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a reason for some reason you end up co-piloting. I
Yeah.
think that's it.
Okay, is someone sitting on the sensor system? Because it's not always the co-pilot who does that. That's where someone who uses computers.
I
Well, I would, but I'm busy.
think that would probably be Carl then, because I think he's next best at computers.
I believe
Although
so.
I've got 1 yellow, 3 green.
That's not
From
bad.
memory, I'm not terrible on
In
computers.
computers, so I'm actually okay at computers, so I can sit on the sensors.
Okay.
I've got
Yeah,
skills in it.
mechanics is slightly better, but I am good at
Yeah, I always get mechanics and computers mixed up. So, look, it makes
I've
sense
got
that.
two yellow, 3 green for computers, and 3 yellow, 2 green for mechanics.
Well, I'm happy to take it. I'm not a skilled, but
Though, easier to say you're good at mechanics and you're good at computers instead of always saying, I have this
Yeah.
rank, I have that rank.
Yeah.
Out of-
As a role-playing game, it sounds very much like computer stats to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
a PC game than actually role-playing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which of the 2 of you are better on guns?
Well, I'm better at guns. I'm not expecting to be on guns though. So if we're not metagaming, but because I know the group's skills, I'm more likely, being the leader, to have assigned Kiana to co-pilot with you because I know she's good at, she's not expert at piloting, but she regularly takes co-pilot. I'm more likely to have put Khalid onto scanners, and I'm more likely to be wandering around myself to fill in spaces or keeping an eye on Hondo, because Hondo needs an eye keeping on.
Though there's also
Gun.
someone who does the engineering side of things,
Okay.
and who will repair things if things break.
That would definitely be Khalid.
I was gonna
so
say I
I'd
would have
put
Carlet
me
on there and then you on
Me on
the-
scanners in
yeah.
that case. Who's
Oh.
watching Hondo?
Hondo's currently in the cockpit with you,
Okay.
and I'm sure that would be where Garm would be
okay.
watching, because, well, even you would realise letting a pirate roam free is not the best situation.
So Brum Brum is piloting, Kiana is co-piloting. I'm scanners, and Khaled's
Damage control.
engineering, I'll say,
Scotty.
and Garm is
Captain,
Hondo.
the engine can't take it
Redwood.
anymore.
Pirate Wrangler. You can add
On
that
board
to
security.
Yeah, we'll call it.
Yeah. Hondo, don't do it. Swiping, no
No,
swiping.
basically your job is to follow him
That's
around as he
different.
picks up things
Yes.
and puts it in his pocket, take it
I'm
out
like-
of his pocket and put it back.
I'm trying. I was sitting
This
here
place
trying-
changes almost every time.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was different.
Quite a bit different.
The bookshelf and
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so
It's not that different to us. It's just different to if you yeah. Anyway, it's all good.
okay, so you see that there is the space battle raging outside. You believe that the transport is holding its own against the pirates, but the pirates have stopped it leaving the system. Not sure how long it's been here for. And you can tell that there is some sort of comms jamming going through the system. So even if they wanted help, they couldn't ask for it.
So when you say they've stopped them from leaving the system, is that damage to the engines or?
More along the lines of getting in its way.
tractor beam.
Less likely to be tractor beaming with the size of their ships.
Right.
So think equivalent of X-Wing, though not as advanced.
Right.
And the other ship is constantly having to move and present a different direction because they keep hammering at it from whichever side is trying to leave the system.
Okay.
And the way that they jump to hyperspace is they line themselves up before they jump.
Yeah. What method would be used to effectively permanently make sure they can't leave the system?
Well, that would be blow them up. But as a permanent, they stay in the system. They become part with the dust.
Yeah, no, we don't object to them leaving the system so much. We just want to get that part before they do.
Hondo says to Thea, here, broadcast this. He hands you a data chip.
Okay. I have no idea what's on the data chip, I presume.
It's a message.
I presume the situation doesn't allow me any time to check it first.
Well, you could, but it would take a while.
I presume I've got no time. I'll broadcast it.
Big kill switch for the ship, wouldn't it?
Yeah, who knows? I don't get.
Well, it might be other pirates don't shoot me.
Could be anything. Could be other pirates shoot us.
Well, it could be I'm on the ship, don't shoot.
It's just from Martin's response, there's no time to check it out first, so
No.
I'll broadcast.
Play it.
Which is true to form for someone who doesn't really tell everyone his plans in advance.
Yeah.
So, as a reminder, that is what our pirate captain looks like.
Right.
The gif I sent earlier was actually him. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks a little bit like Squiddy David
Yeah.
Jones.
What is it?
Yeah, close. And says, we should just be able to fly right on in, he says.
Before or after the other fighters blow us out of the air?
Don't worry about that, I've got that covered.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, so, what does Broom Broom Crash do?
Are we chasing them or are we?
Well, he's pointing to the big freighter.
He's
Right.
told us to fly right in.
Oh, right, flying right into it. Okay. I suppose I should probably ask for what docking bay to go into. Rather than just YOLOing it, because I need to make sure one's open. Alright, I messaged the freighter asking for...
Oh, he says, no, just fly in.
Right. Okay. Sure. Alright.
You never really want to get into a conversation with an Imperial.
Right. Okay.
They'll hit you with bureaucracy and idiocracy.
Right. We head to... I maneuver our ship towards docking bay 007. And
are we heading directly forward towards it? So I'm just wondering if I should, with the shields on this,
Mm-hmm.
can I actually concentrate it all at the front? Because that's where we're going towards.
Yep, you can concentrate the one-pointer shields to the front.
Oh, okay. So I can't double it. Okay.
Well, you can, but there's always a chance of things going wrong.
Okay, fair enough.
There is actually a check to buff the shields for a round. Do you wish to buff the shields for a round?
No, but I'll get ready to.
Why? Just do it.
Okay. So, what is Thea's computer skill?
Yeah, the issue with buffing it is there's a chance I can overload the shields. That's the reason why I wasn't going to do it straight away.
Okay, so, what was it?
1 yellow, 3 green, 2 blue. Do you have any indication that of why I'm doing this computer stuff?
Well, that you're on the sensors.
Okay.
That's why you're the one who gets to make the sensor roll.
Okay.
Plus, you also get to see what your transmission does.
am I rolling for you? As a guess?
Particularly because it's a very large chance of a
Come on.
boss.
Right. Damn it! No trying.
No.
No trial?
No.
But what was the other thing? Like, did you just empty the tray?
Just about.
Mostly. We have 2 advantages.
So, nothing.
Okay, so you can tell.
I could have upgraded.
You can tell no one is targeting your ship.
Yeah.
There's no
As far as I
target
know.
locks. There's no target locks on you, and no one's pointing their ship at you as you start to fly amongst the pirates.
Sure. Yeah. I guess I've got no reason to believe anything else.
No, I feel like this is one of those situations where things are moving too quickly.
Yeah, let's go with that.
And as you're coming in, you can see in the aft section of the transport a docking tube starting to extend. And Hondo just points at that to Brum Brum Crash.
Right. Okay, so I continue maneuvering our ship to the tube thing.
Okay, so you're doing a fairly smooth run in, even though there are ships flying all around you and laser blasts going everywhere.
Well, presume that's why he's
The ship has been coated, has been blessed by John Cena, and you can't see me.
Yes.
I watched a thing with John Cena last night, so
He does make interesting movies.
yep.
Which
So
this is the
particular one was
jackpot?
this one?
Sorry,
Which particular one was this one?
John Cena wrestler.
No,
You
which
don't
movie?
know who he is.
Oh, I wasn't watching a movie. I was watching
Wrestling.
wrestling. With,
Oh, I
Yes.
see. Yeah. Okay.
and
All right.
and
yeah.
yeah, he was doing the. You can't see me.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's
He
going
was
so
doing
smoothly.
his thing. I thought there was a new movie
No,
called
no,
You
no.
Can't See
There
Me.
is,
And I'm
there
like,
is
that's a
Dr.
very-
Jackal.
Oh, there is, but I.
He has another movie. I'll give recommendations later.
Yeah.
yeah. Because we
Um,
just watched one with Jackie Chan that was pretty good.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Enough said. Yeah. Seen it 12
We were
times.
just talking about John
Just
Cena.
not Borderlands because it won't be on much longer.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's
It's-
basically looking like it might make about 2 or 3 million at the box office for $100 million making.
I was going to say...
It sounds like it's bombing.
I wanted to
Oh,
see
it's
at
not
the
bombing
cinema,
hard.
and I may
It's
not
bombed
make
the
it
worst
because
out of all movies so far.
Crazy.
Wow.
For such such a big cast too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because they decided that in their wisdom they would completely ignore the source material,
yeah.
Oh, that's never a good plan.
much
I was
like
gonna say,
Assassin's
maybe I
Creed.
don't want to see it at the cinema after all.
Yep.
Wow.
And,
We had a whole review where we were because I'm the biggest Assassin's Creed nerd. We watched the Assassin's Creed movie together, and it was probably an hour worth of pausing just so I can rant about how long it is.
much like I would if you
I'd
watched
like
the
to see
episodes
Assassin's Creed
7, 8, and 9 with
It's
me,
not
I would
good
about
for
those
the
movies
source
in
material.
how that they
Oh.
have ignored the source
I
material.
liked the movie as a movie.
Exactly. As a movie.
I
it
enjoy
was
the movies,
fine,
just that
but
I'm
as
annoyed
source
about
material,
the
terrible.
It had Michael
inconsistencies.
Fassbender in it.
I know.
Yeah.
And he was a fan. Anyway.
So yes, you find yourself
Unlike the movies.
unlike the movies, you find yourself going in. This is probably the smoothest flight you've ever had in the middle of a space battle. You feel like you could probably have just phoned this one in.
Well, I mean, I pretty much do when I fly.
You don't want to get
In
complacent.
comparison to Ash, who'd be bouncing off the other ships as we fly in.
Really, don't hit a man while he's not here.
You can hear some swirling in the background.
Just down in the gunnery bay, just like, God damn it.
And yeah, so move the ship in nice and smoothly and head towards the docking tube.
Okay, so yes, it connects rather soundly to the top of your ship. So you've now got your ship attached to this big ship with a small ship attached to the side of your ship.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
I forgot about
Tow
that.
truck towing a tow truck towing a truck towing a truck.
Yeah.
A little tiny car on top.
Yeah.
But it's like those videos where you see the small thing, then the big thing, and then that big thing's really a small thing attached to this big thing.
Yeah,
Kind of like a Tadakan.
absolutely.
And then there's a streak of light as you seem to jump to hyperspace.
May not be a bad thing in terms
Hondo.
of the fact that Hondo.
This is all part of the plan.
Oh no! What plan?
You're not supposed to know the plan. I think that's the deal. It's all part of the adventure.
Of course, if you ever watched Hondo, everything's part of the plan, whether it's to
of the
the
plan or
thing or
not.
not.
Yes. Hondo, the Jack Sparrow of Star Wars.
He'd put Jack Sparrow to shame.
Bounty hunting side of it.
Yeah.
And you see he has a holdout blaster in his hand that you never saw him with before. It says, "Let's go get this gear."
While we're travelling
I'm
at
concerned
hyperspeed,
that
or have we?
You can move through ships
Right,
in
okay.
hyperspace.
I'm concerned that
You don't see that
Hondo
in
has
the
pulled
movies.
out a gun
It's
instead of just using his
implied.
mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
Well, he's a pirate. Of course, he uses the
You
gun.
just see them.
Whether it's loaded or not
Usually
remains
all
to be
in
seen.
One ship for the most part.
I'll make sure I've got
No, our ship has to
all
fall.
my
But
relevant
Normally, you
weapons
just see
on me.
the big horizontal lines when they've just gone into hyperspace.
Before I leave. And I would advise any crew members coming with us also grab all their normal weapons. or
Equip
usual
your armour.
weapons. Yes.
Is that directed towards a particular martial artist?
Throwing it out there.
No, I just that the first thing that's going to happen is one of us is going to say, I pull out my blaster, and Martin's going to say,
Do you have
did
it?
you get your blaster off the ship?
Yeah.
And
So
did you shoot first?
I'm just simply
we
making
grab
the point
all
that
the things.
not only did I grab my blaster, I have my ionization blaster, I have my grenades, I have anything that I think might be relevant to this trip.
Misa has my Yusa Miss, which is my armor. I also have my Misa Shoot and Misa Stabber and Misa Thrower, which is the bowlers.
Bowlers, yeah, I was going to say it's not a spear like everyone would expect. I really should get myself some bowlers. I think we had a chance to gear up.
Definitely take my name.
I also have to train with you to use the bowlers.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, you're fairly gifted as it is.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Preferably not while I'm holding a weapon.
I'll cross my fingers. Rap, rap. Whoops. Okay, he said. He says, "Lead on to Garm."
Oh, no. I shall be staying here. But I do wish you all the best of luck.
So he punches in the shoulder. You'll miss out on all the fun.
Oh,
I think
Come,
maybe-
come.
I will be heartbroken, trust me. But I'll be providing you the moral support and the good vibes.
You don't wish to get your uppance to the Imperials.
No. That's what I have.
All these friends.
I have a feeling you
My
might
friend's
be
fault.
grabbed by the upper arm and pulled along if you're not careful.
But I do wish you the
Hondo
best of luck,
can
my
be-
friends.
Hondo can be very
Convincing?
consistent when he wants to be.
I walked him to the
I was going
to the door.
He says,
You may
but
have
we
to
need you to
roll against
verify for your friends which thing to get.
I was going to say, I
I'm
don't
sure
know
you know what
we're
it is,
getting.
and I'm sure that you would not
Ah,
select something that isn't correct.
ah.
What?
We
I
don't trust
I
him.
don't trust Hondo. I say this in front of Hondo. I don't trust him one bit.
And he gives Thea a big hug about that one and saying, "I'm glad you knew me so well."
I check my pockets.
And then he shakes the cat off his leg.
No, the cats are both in my quarters, so it has to be Ragnarok. Because they're in my quarters protecting my big scanner that is extremely rare and hard to get.
Hey, even Ragnarok doesn't like Hondo very well.
I haven't told him any of that, so that he doesn't have a clue to go look. Yeah, I don't know what we're looking for, and for all we know, Hondo will give us an empty box.
Well, Hondo wants to be paid. And
Yes.
if he wants to be paid,
Yes, but the thing is, if he
Hondo
gets paid
somehow
by giving
manages
us
to
an
get
empty
paid
box, he'll do that.
regardless of whether or not we get what we want. I've been screwed over by Hondo in the past. I would like to not get screwed over again.
So, unfortunately, we're your escorts. You're the mark.
Yeah.
He gives you a dashing smile and says, "Told you."
Yeah.
people disappoint me.
We'll leave
Frequently, he says.
We're gonna leave Ash on the ship
Very
as guard.
disappointing. So, all right, give me a second. I go into one of the lockers near the airlock.
He said, "Let me help."
Take out one of the helmets. Take my cap off. Put it in my pocket. Put a helmet on. Put the light thing down so people can't see my face. All right,
And see the swearing.
lead on.
Do you want more armor to go with that?
No, I'm good.
Want a gun?
No, I've got a pistol. I'm good.
And Hondo says, "Oh, so you've heard about my work then?
Heard about your
Work. Helmet. Always handy."
helmets are good.
I'm
not
sure Hondo
Gun
has a
gets
breather
reference.
somewhere hiding on him.
Now, let's go get your crates, he says.
Great. I thought we were getting just one.
Speaking of which, how big are these crates?
Yeah.
He sort of gestures
What
vaguely.
exactly are we getting again?
We're getting a scanner of some kind.
Encrypted. It's an encrypted.
Upgraded sensor array.
Yeah.
Military grade. Which, Empire military grade, which means it's good. Not real life military grade, which means it's bad.
Okay. You see him pull out another equivalent of Star Wars USB. What they call their code
Thank you.
cylinders. Their code cylinders.
Oh, a code cylinder. Yeah.
Or their data spikes are the other things they do when they plug into computer systems.
Data spike sounds very aggressive.
It is. That's when you don't have the command codes.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And he says, we have about 20 minutes, he says, as he plugs it into the airlock door.
20 minutes to get our item and get back, I presume.
Yeah, about that, he says.
Okay. Alright. We start moving and I keep us moving fast.
He just inserted that into our ship.
Next to the airlock.
Into their ship.
Yeah.
Because they have the outer doors.
I do
Because they
believe that
don't automatically open.
it's going to do something to the ship that's not going to be very good.
Yes, I was a little bit worried that it might also do something unfortunate to our ship. At some point.
We're gonna be doing a virus scan after all.
Small
This.
possibility.
Excellent.
Well, considering you've already plugged one into your system already.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not another meow virus.
Sorry?
Something early on that we said was a virus because Terrinoth was very vocal for a couple games, and so we said our
Computer got infected by
our
a meow
droid got
virus.
infected by a meow virus, and that's why there was meowing all the time.
Now there's no good excuse for meowing all the time.
Other than it's just space noises.
Space
Okay.
cats. Oh well, we got the loft cats. So.
Yeah, exactly. Love cats.
The door partly opens and he gestures to probably Kayana at this stage to open it.
Fair. I'll go ahead and use my robot arm. Robot arm strength. Open. Yep.
Okay, it's a bit of a hard push, but it does slowly open. Inside, there's no lights going.
Alright. Cool. Lights on.
Not his
Helmets. We'll start SWAT team scanning down. Head through.
Okay, you can hear some sounds of stormtroopers doing a trying to call in, saying, has anyone got comms working? Hello, anyone there? None of the systems are responding.
Okay, so we'll move.
This is a good
We'll
sign.
stealth through to wherever Hondo is saying that everything is being kept.
Well, he's waving you on ahead.
Yeah, I figured. So, well, as we're as subtle as Hondo is being, which I'm guessing is not, we'll be a little bit more subtle than that.
And as you're walking, you're hearing this beep, beep, beep coming from behind you.
Is it like a tracker? Wait,
He's pulled out a data pad and it's making lots of noise.
of course he is. Yeah. So I was like, alright, Hondo, let's just. I don't necessarily want to get into a firefight here.
That's what you're here for, he says.
I was going to say, firefights. They're all fun, right?
Less shots, the better.
Well, if I didn't need you, you wouldn't be here.
Yep. Let's move. Move.
Alright, so we continue walking down the corridor.
Yes, your corridor is made up of small parts of connecting ways between cargo containers. It's one of those ships that a majority of the cargo space is just containers locked in place with small walkways between them.
Yep, pressurized.
I figure a lot of
It's
map
pressurized, yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Seems to be an expensive way to take cargo unless you have to do it.
They can pretty much drop out containers very quickly. It's a quick mass transport option. A lot of the bigger companies use them, and some of their big ships are just cargo containers connected on by magnetic onto the back.
Attached to the end of it.
While the big engine's in the front, just pulling everything behind it, and they just can connect as many containers as they want in the back. The longer the container's connection, the more likely they're going to fall off. And he's trying to get to the back where the containers he's looking for, he's trying to make fall off.
Drops out hard to space. Okay, cool.
I think Disney might have stole his storyline, not gonna lie. This is exactly the plot to the ride Smuggler's Run.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, I think they took it from this or something.
Which one is it?
One of the Disneyland Star Wars rides, Smuggler's Run, is very much like this plotline.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
if you guys get to go there, you're gonna enjoy it. It's a fun time.
Yeah, I'll ask you to remind me about it later.
I will.
Because right now my brain's just... I've watched every Star Wars series out there, because Martin has, probably more than once, but I cannot remember this one.
It's okay, I haven't actually seen the Smuggler's Run storyline.
Yeah,
well, that explains
that's
things.
because it's a VR ride
Ah, I see.
ish.
That explains things.
It's hard to explain, but that's kind of what it is. Which it's fun. I like it. It's a fun ride.
Okay, so as you're moving, you see what appears to be a droid come into your view. It is one of the manifest droids.
Is this a droid we need? I asked Hondo.
He says, not really.
Okay. Alright.
Can we wait? When you what's the electric shock? Ion blast. It doesn't kill it. Right?
Do we need to get...
Depends on how many times you shock it.
I would say we probably need to incapacitate it.
Yeah, an ionization blaster will kill it. Do we need to kill this droid or incapacitate it?
Can you tell me, do you have a picture of what these look like?
Think of something that looks similar to 3PO, but is
Oh.
more of an insectoid
Well, I'm just gonna-
face.
I'm just gonna push it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're fine. Don't worry. I think we're fine. I can push this thing over.
Yeah.
I'm
With your
happy to hear
with your
this.
robot arm.
But strangely enough, they can actually run faster than cars if they want to.
I can't imagine 3PO
No.
running.
They actually have that level of momentum that they can do. It's just never shown.
Why am I hearing
Seriously?
that generation
C-3PO.
I'm thinking
No.
Anakin just built 3PO really badly.
Well,
That's what I'm
he's
thinking.
made from cast-offs.
Yeah, exactly. 3PO is a bunch of junk put together, so it's normal.
Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't hurt you. It's always falling over. That's my problem with it.
So who would like to do it? You're just going to push the droid over?
It can still report in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know a way to make a droid
Ion blast.
unconscious without wiping the shit out of it?
Why don't we ask our droid tech?
Oh no.
Don't they have
No,
switches?
They do have
Twilight.
switches, yes.
that is true. I forgot.
You just turn them off.
Khaled can deal with it.
Kyler, you want to turn this guy off?
Well, you've got that gun that disables it. It doesn't shouldn't wipe any memory.
Shouldn't it?
No.
Oh,
The other thing is also hit it with a restraining bolt, but we don't have one of those.
I do.
It does have a restraining bolt on it already.
Yeah,
Um,
it's an Imperial droid, so it already has a restraining bolt. Or should have
Yeah.
a restraining bolt.
If
Don't turn it off.
my ionization blaster won't hurt it and we can't afford to be discovered, I'll just shoot it.
It must be a
before it
military
sees us.
model. Your signal doesn't affect it.
Okay.
Most civilian
The
models
other
can be
issue
affected
is
by
if it's a
anyone.
military model, there's a good chance that it's got shielding for being ionized.
Pardon? It's shielded.
Well, the restraining bolt looks like it's a military model.
Okay. So shooting it might not do any point?
Well, he can't just shut it down with a click.
Okay. Do we have enough knowledge to know? Has it seen us?
Yes.
Shoot it.
Shoot it. See if it works.
Okay, what does Saya say as she pulls out the gun and shoots it?
Sorry, bud.
Eat photoelectric death, disgusting
Okay.
alien widow.
Yeah. That would work.
I
And
like arms line better, but I wasn't that inventive, so I'll have to stick with my original line, which is sorry.
and just as the gun goes off, you hear an "Oh my!" as it then just collapses.
Oh my.
Oh my. I like it. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Don't have time to do
Hondo points down corridors as you're going to direct you through a maze.
Last time.
Fair.
There's ladders, there's crawl walks, there's going through a couple of airlocks. Of course, there's always this, direct route with Hondo.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like at this point, I have no choice but to just trust Hondo, which I hate that phrase right there. Trust Hondo. So
What could go wrong?
yeah, we just have to go with what he's doing. There's nothing more we can do.
You've not watched Top Gear. You don't say that, and you don't say how hot can it bring.
Or what could go wrong. Or you kiss of death. Okay, so you find yourself getting to their main computer core.
No,
Each of these ships have, what was it?
Claws out.
No.
Trying to get him to leave his claws out long enough to transfer him back to the blanket. So I can sit down and do the thing.
And Hondo says, all the tech should be here. Should be easy for you to deal with. No text, no problem.
So all of the tech that we need to get back to our ship through
No.
this very circuitous route.
Oh no, the people who repair ship here. Grease monkeys.
So we need to knock these guys out.
Deal with them in some way. Might interfere with our plans.
How many are there?
All of them, he says.
Are we in the
How,
room with
I was
them?
gonna say, looking
Not yet.
ahead.
Okay.
As we get into view,
I have a couple of
quick
stun
count.
grenades I could throw in.
As you get into view, you see there are two stormtroopers standing guard outside the door.
I'll hand a stun grenade, one of my 2 stun grenades to Brum Brum, because if he can throw bowlers, he can throw a stun grenade. I'm hoping.
And you hear the first stormtrooper call out, "Halt! Who goes there?"
I throw my stun grenade. Well, actually, I
Stunning.
get down.
I
on-
stun. I
actually,
throw my stun
rather
grenade.
than-
Who?
Rather than throw, I
Stunning
actually,
stun face.
I'll actually lean down and roll it down the aisle so it gets the most amount of people as I can.
And you hear the stormtrooper going, "Stop where you are and identify yourself," as he seems to be focusing on the rolling sound.
I will try to distract him by saying, I am Princess Leia Organa.
I think
I,
she's
I,
still
I
on
would have
around.
no idea who Leia is, I presume.
I am a 14, 15-year-old girl in a woman's body.
Look, I will, inspiration from GM, I will say, I'm a 14-year-old girl in a woman's body. I haven't made up my mind yet whether or not I'm going to remain this gender, but at this stage I've decided I definitely don't want to marry a stormtrooper. Does that distract him enough?
Probably long
Well,
enough to this.
It looked like he was about to raise his blaster. He has that pause. His head sort of tilts to the side. He looks around at his friend. The grenade rolls down and goes off. And the both of them collapse. with his head still looking at his friend and his friend looking at him with the...
Yeah.
You started it, so I figured
I have no problem with it.
it wasn't a bad way to finish up that sentence.
If you can plan it, you don't have to roll for it. Unless your planning seems to have some major flaw to it.
I'm so glad that I said I had my grenades on me.
Okay.
But I'll put my hand out since only one was needed for the moment and ask Brum Brum for the other grenade back in case.
I pass it back
We-
carefully.
In case we
Hey,
need
throw it at you. Bing!
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
please don't introduce yourself as a teenage
Yeah, I'll toss it
female
back.
in a woman's body.
It is quite interesting when people play with thermal detonators in this game.
Mm.
I literally had one person drop it behind them in the middle of the party.
Why?
He rolled badly.
Oh.
That was with the D20 system, and he rolled a 1. He says, "I've got this." Drop.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, so you reach the door to the main computer system. You can hear lots of shouting inside. Most of it's abuse.
I ready my other stun grenade.
The door opens, and to your back is a Imperial officer with his hat in disarray. His,
How close is he?
you could poke him with your toe if you wanted to.
Okay, alright. Sorry, I interrupted your
Literally back to the door.
description.
And you can see some rather terrified techs getting a earful of abuse that is so incoherent you can't make out half the words.
I'll put him in a chokehold.
I was going to say, can't we just reach in, tap him on the shoulder? Gimme.
I'll just
We'll
get
just
put
let
him in a
the martial artist
chokehold rather
do
than
the
giving the upper. You could if you want to. Do you
No,
want to do that?
no. I was just...
Yeah, you're welcome to do that just before I put him in a chokehold.
I'm actually grading his ass chewing of his troops and sort of thinking,
It does sound like the grizzled old veteran who is used to telling off his troops, but the people he's telling off aren't being used to being told off.
yeah. I'm like, but you know, it's things like
Sounds like a veteran of the
if
Clone
he
Wars.
repeats the same insults, well then he loses points. And I'm just like, oh well,
Grizzled old veteran, good guy keeps his guys alive. Grizzled old veteran, jerk, horrible person. Take your time.
Horrible person. Sounds like.
Comes across more of the jerk type.
Okay, well, after Brum Brum taps him on the shoulders, surprises him with a hello, and he's like, what the F is a Gungan doing on my ship? I will step around and put him in a chokehold.
That's his own PTSD flashback to the Clone Wars, apparently.
Is that what Brum Brum's doing? Tapping him on the shoulder?
Yes.
Okay. He brushes off your hand, saying, "You should be on guard duty." And then he starts launching into verbal diarrhea at you,
No,
and doesn't even turn. And then there's this, "Oh, thank God," coming from the decks as he stops being able to talk and starts making gurgling sounds.
Mind you, I'm just trying to knock him out at this stage.
There's a lot of flailing limbs.
It's a good thing I'm in
Go
full
sleep. Go
armor.
sleep. Go sleep.
I don't know if the others can hear it.
And he does a whole reach around to hit you in the face, and you can hear his fingers break.
And underneath it all, almost under my breath, I don't care if anyone can hear. I'm singing a small lullaby in Mandalorian. And if you can hear it, it probably creeps the heck out of everybody.
Okay, so the techs watching this go, "We surrender." Having seen 4 heavily armored people step into the room, a pirate, and they don't know what the guy in their helmet is.
How many people are there?
Yeah.
How many people are there?
There's about 10 techs working here.
Is there a room that I can lock you in?
Fair question.
So no, most of the systems seem to be offline right now. The computer has locked us out. Don't know why. It just happened about 5 minutes ago.
Is there a space where I can sit them against a wall?
It'd be the USB stick that Hondo
Oh yeah, I already figured that out.
jammed in.
Is there a wall I can sit them along?
Yes, they're more than happy to comply. None of them have anything more than basic tools on them.
Everybody can sit against the wall.
I will appoint. I was gonna say, who wants to stand guard while we go and either that or I got binders.
I don't know.
I've only got 2 sets of binders though. I know Carlin should have at least 1 set.
I have 1 set.
Kayana should have 1 set because I made sure that everyone was outfitted with basic last time. When I found out no one was outfitted with basic after I bought all the gear. So if
I'll stand guard.
I think we need you to verify the gear.
Hondo pulls out his command stick code cylinder again and plugs it into their computers. They look in horror as it goes from incorrect password to giving him access to their main computer.
He stole them this ship, right? Yeah. Or something. I remember
Technically, he owns the ship. He
yeah, that's
hired
what
it out.
that's what I thought. I remember Hondo, like something with the ship. Yeah.
And you can see him quickly going through the manifest.
Well, if he's able to be in this room, I won't bother with the binders. I'll just Kayana's happy to stand over them?
Yeah. Well, I'll
Yep.
just make sure everybody's lined up, sitting against a wall.
I just want someone paying attention to them.
Yeah.
Good. Sir, yes, I can see the crate you're looking for is right here. It will be... he starts hitting buttons to... looking over his shoulder, Carly can tell he's setting it up to eject as soon as it comes out of hyperspace.
If not, you'll threaten to arm wrestle them.
Oh, I don't know what he's doing on the computer. The people with computers knows what he's doing. I'm just like, ooh, beep boop screens.
I'll do I guess I'll do a computers check. 4 yellow.
Kayana's kind of a boomer with tech.
4 yellow, 2 green.
She just learned how to use Facebook. Spacebook.
I was going to say, isn't it Facebook?
And I'll flip. Point.
Okay.
So when I get one flipped against me, by standing on a weak hand flip. So, because I flipped the who's he what's it.
That needs to be on.
He looks a fairly even score.
It's not bad.
Yes!
Got 1.
Try it.
Got 1.
But you also got a despair.
I was going to say, is there a despair?
Yeah, there is.
So both good and bad.
I was
Both.
going to say,
That's
it's
okay.
Hondo, isn't it?
Yep.
That explains all the red dice.
Okay, so yes, you can see he is definitely setting up the crate you want to drop. It pops up briefly with the name of the content.
And
The name is?
the name is.
But basically, it's a communication long-range
It's
scanning
encrypted,
system.
Upgraded sensor array?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does it say where we're going to drop out of hyperspace?
It does not. But Hondo it assures you that it will be someplace they won't have help.
Okay. And did you say that he's programmed the crates to be...
Ejected upon
Ejected.
leaving hyperspace.
Okay. So we will then scoop up the crates with our ship?
He says, less shooting, more looting.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that because I was trying to figure out how we were going to get those crates the circuitous route back to our ship, so this solves that problem.
And he seems to also flag another 2 crates for being set off as well.
Okay. I don't suppose there's extra crates that would be useful for us.
Does it say what they're in the crates?
I flicked up so quickly you missed it.
Makes sense.
Those decoy ones, so they don't know exactly what we were looking for.
Yes, something like that.
I want to have a go at looking at the screen and seeing what I can... Not against him, I just want to see if I can tell what's on this manifest. I'm presuming that he's got pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
And what is
the manifests is just basically showing numbers and then saying things have been set to jettison. And 3 of them have beacons activated, and the others do not.
Okay. So how many has he ejected? Just 2 others?
3 with beacons.
And then...
The entire cargo also going at the same time.
The what going at the same time?
All the rest of the cargo.
So he's
He's
gonna-
he's ejected everything, but only left beacons on 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's no way to tell what else this ship's carrying. I just wonder if there's an opportunity for us to get an extra couple of crates.
Probably lots of things ranging from food to weapons to basic
we could play
necessities.
the
We can play
Cargo
Lotto.
roulette.
Yeah, no, you know that whole thing where you can buy people's undelivered mail?
Yeah,
We could play that game.
I didn't know that was
Storage
actually a
wars.
thing.
Story
Is
what?
that a real thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. You can buy people's undelivered mail, and it's usually Amazon packages, and it's usually some, like, very cheap tech stuff most of the time. But you get some interesting
I
things.
really need a link to that so I can just look at that. That just fascinates
Well, you don't get to
That-
see what it
that
is
and storage
half the
wars.
time
No,
before
no,
you
I
buy
just,
it.
I I know you don't get to see
Storage
what's,
Wars does it
but
too,
I
yeah.
still...
Yeah.
Those storage
that
wars
sounds-
has been proven to be fake.
Oh, yeah. Most reality TV is, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No way, right?
That sounds
Crazy stuff.
absolutely...
How dare you? That's blasphemy.
No, I've,
It is
I've,
amusing
I've
that
tried
they
to
do
see
that.
if it was something in Australia where you can buy people's undelivered mail, but it's mainly in the US right now.
okay. But it still sounds...
You can, but it's ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, so it's
Basically, you're buying a pallet.
essentially you're buying
okay.
you're buying a big pallet or you're buying a big Amazon box full of other things that were either overstocked, undelivered, returned, blah blah blah.
I just love the idea of Christmas time without it being Christmas time.
Mm.
Because I don't think I've gotten...
100%. And so this
Yeah.
could be our Christmas time by grabbing a couple unbeacon
Yeah,
crates.
that's exactly what my thoughts were to grab other stuff.
Let's see how much time we have and see
Yeah.
what we can do.
We'll see what the GM and the dice allow.
Yeah.
And Hondo goes, we should have just enough time to get back to the ship.
Great.
As he then does the whole lock the screen again.
Locks on out. Do 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 do.
Says, you got this.
Well, I'll start heading back.
And you have no idea why you actually had to walk all the way out here for that.
My character's going, and I'm here for why? Why was I dragged out here?
Hmm.
This doesn't sound like a reasonable use of my time.
You were
What the
dragged
hell?
out. You were dragged out here because Hondo
Hondo
didn't
wanted
tell
you
us
here.
anything.
We need you to verify what's going on. Sure, why not?
It all looks
I-
above board.
Under my breath, I'll start singing
Do some-
a Mandalorian lullaby
Disappointing. Very disappointing.
and see whether or not Garm notices. Because I am walking behind him.
So his lullaby along the same lines of go to sleep, snap, go to sleep,
It
snap.
depends. Does he understand Mandalorian?
No.
I'm pretty sure that is a Mandalorian. So.
Though I'm
I
sure
was gonna
Garm is
say-
having the equivalent of hair on the back of your neck raising at the sound of the lullaby.
I'm just putting it down to my barely repressed rage.
Well,
But Gorm does know good enough not to say and or do anything that's going to
Get you shot?
yeah.
Look, no, I'm not. I'm just. The only reason we're here and he's here is Hondo. And trust me, I'm as unhappy about being dragged needlessly onto an Imperial ship. I presume, though, that we were here for Hondo's protection.
Pretty much.
But I would have let Garm on board had I known that we didn't actually have to pick up an actual trade.
It's a good thing.
I
That,
didn't know that at the time.
it's a good thing that we haven't touched anything to leave fingerprints.
Well, I'm wearing armour and gloves, so...
And by wearing your armour and stuff, you don't have to worry about what you touch either.
I don't have to worry what cameras see.
Hondo doesn't care if you leave fingerprints behind because, well, he's already wanted on many systems.
They already know it's him, so it
Purposely-
doesn't
They
matter.
know it's him.
So,
They don't know it's
I
us.
purposely have it marked and painted up my armour so that I can't be recognised from footage as a particular Mandalorian.
Has Khalid painted up his armour?
he's on mute.
What was that again?
Did Khalid paint up his armour to uniquely identify himself?
No, I just look like the normal down in the background Mandalorian.
It's down in the background.
Okay, so
Yeah. Due to the fact that they normally shoot at people that are dressed up all bright and
Chrome.
roamy,
You already did draw it.
they normally shoot the officers first.
well, hey, the officers are the ones who don't wear the armour on the Imperial ships anyway. They're too good for armour.
They just get silly little hats.
Oh, no. Some of those hats look kind of cool.
Hondo hands
I'm
you the
joking.
captain's hat.
I'll tuck that underneath my arm as a souvenir.
You're not sure when he picked that up because, well, hey.
I don't need to know. It's Hondo. I presume that he's got hold of so many things on his way in and out of here. I am absolutely certain that when he leaves my ship, no matter how many times I might frisk him, he's still going to walk off with something.
Okay, so yes.
That's definitely not telling at all. So we get back to our ship.
On the way back to your ship, you find that there's about 6 stormtroopers trying to break into your ship.
Shooty.
Do you have that other stun grenade?
Yeah. Probably the stun grenade first.
Okay.
I don't want to shoot at my ship. Or at the air duct lock thing.
Okay, so the grenade goes off before they even notice because, well, they're Imperials and they are trying to break their way onto your ship.
Why don't they just do what I was afraid would happen if I shot at them, which is accidentally blaster the button which automatically opens and closes all doors in Star Wars. And just about every other space movie there.
Well, in most cases in Star Wars, shooting the button will shut and lock the door as a safety measure.
Oh, I see.
But it won't open it.
Because weren't we watching... Oh, no, that was Rebel Moon. Opened it as well as closed it.
Yes, it was a toggle in Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Shoot it once, it opens. Shoot it again, it closes. Shoot it again, it still opens.
Director's cut, such a waste of my time. I want it back.
This sounds like a story.
He made me watch it. He owes me.
I'll make it up to you by watching the next director's cut.
No. The first one was a lesson. It's one I learned from.
Yeah, well, I didn't know how badly he was doing stuff until I saw it, because I never actually saw 300.
No, there's no way of knowing.
It was, so for him, his director's cuts were all about brutality and nudity.
I think
That's the main difference between director's cut and non-director's cut, plus gaps in story filled out.
I think there was a private bet.
That's
How
funny.
many F words can I add in half an hour extra of footage?
It was about an hour extra.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway,
So
moving
there's a
on.
whole lot more violence and nudity in the
Yep.
director's cut.
Yeah.
Basically, it's how much can we degrade women and swear.
And so, other scenes that you
And
would have
it's
seen
art.
in the non-director's cut
Yeah.
weren't
No.
as bloody.
There's no
So,
outcast that is
The
allowed.
scene might not have extended, but the brutality is a lot worse.
It was purely gratuitous. It's
So instead of being hit someone in the head and they fall over, hit someone in the head and you see blood splatter everywhere
oh,
and
hit them
holes
20
in heads.
times in the head.
That sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
So it was unnecessary
I'll put it this way: I
level of
liked
brutality.
Rebel Moon when I first saw it.
Mm.
I hated the director's cut.
So that's where you're just like, the studio was correct.
Yes.
Oh, in this case, it was he made both decisions.
Hmm.
It wasn't. There was no studio involved in making the decisions. He chose the non-director's cut and the director's cut.
Gotcha.
I feel like you should be getting therapy.
I'm enjoying your hot takes.
Yeah.
There is a very damaged man there.
I would agree with you 100% on that after watching it.
Sorry. We're detracting from the game.
And it was definitely a 12 or 13-year-old fantasy
I was
movie.
going to say, and if you
Sounds
had,
like it, honestly.
I was going to say, if you had 1 million followers in a fantasy world where you had lots of followers, 500,000 of them would have just unsubscribed by now.
Hey, if they don't like my views, they wouldn't have watched the channel anyway.
Exactly.
No.
Because I treat everything the same.
Alright.
Okay, so yes, because you remember to bring the second stun grenade, it goes off. They sort of collapse without even noticing what was happening.
I was going to say, this
It sounds like a very stormtrooper-y thing to do.
Well,
It's not that I want combat, but it's interesting. There's no combat, so...
well, technically there is, but you started and finished it with the opening scene.
Yeah.
Here, let me use this grenade to start the combat.
Oh, done.
Okay, and Hondo does make a comment on the cheapness of their armor.
I was going to say, but now I need to replace those stun grenades. I'm hoping we find a crate of them.
Okay, so getting back to the airlock, he just plugs his command cylinder back in after having to quickly fix the damage done by the stormtroopers because they couldn't open the door to get out.
Mm.
And it opens and you see Ash on the other side with big gun ready. Hondo does the whole hands up, don't shoot.
And just role playing for Ash as an NPC, he looks down at the stunned stormtroopers, makes a very sad face, looks at me, and says, "Why didn't you leave any?" And I say, "Sorry, bud."
And Hondo sort of quickly steps behind Kayana as Ash still has the gun pointed at him.
I laugh. And then I keep on walking through.
Well, hey, even Ash thought of Hondo as a threat.
Yep. So, we'll
Ash
keep on
is a
walking.
wise-
Not that I'm making a path for Hondo, but I'm also not trying to block him from just following me. So, making sure to check my pockets as we go.
Okay, so getting onto your ship, you can feel the breaking out of hyperspace as it has a very abrupt sort of break. Not the normal casual drop out that you normally get, because the stars around you start to spin.
That's probably not good.
That's normally meaning a hyperdrive failure instead of a hyperdrive
Success.
Success, yes.
I mean, fair, yeah. Technically correct. So I guess we'll
And you
take-
can see out the window of your ship various crates shooting off in different directions with the spinning. And Hondo says, all part of the plan. Scratching his head, looking to see if he can see his beacons.
I was gonna say,
I guess
how are we gonna collect these up? Do we use blaster boots?
We have to
Or
scan
jetpacks?
to find the crates, pilot over to them, space bungee to grab them. Let's wait. No, our ship doesn't have any.
Your ship has cargo mandibles at the front.
Oh, okay.
The Millennium Falcon that bit in the center of it is actually designed to collect crates.
Okay.
So we'll start collecting crates.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the beacon ones, but we'll collect however many we can get.
Start. Yeah. The first 3 beacons are the priority.
About 20, I think.
Well, the size of these crates floating in here, your ship could probably only take about 3.
Really? I don't get any extra crates.
Well, you could pretty much dock with some of the others and take it anyway. But the mandibles at the front is designed for a smaller amount.
Okay. Well, I'll
Especially of large scale crates.
get as much of the inventory as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have to roll for beacon finding?
You can see amongst the 100 or so crates floating in space here, there are only 3 of them that are flashing in the darkness.
Alright, we'll get those 3 to start with.
Well, there's no sun nearby, so the flashing crates stand out.
I want to make a witty line about being flashed. Maybe not expecting to be flashed in this session.
Okay, Hondo makes a inappropriately joyful laugh at your joke
There you go.
before you finish saying it.
I will pat Hondo on the shoulder in appreciation of the fact that he was going to laugh no matter what I said, whether or not it was funny.
He's the best audience for stand-up comic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will give you a computer's roll to see if you can find a good crate for you.
1 yellow, 3 green, 2 blue upgrade, please.
Do you want me to do it?
Yes, please. Try and get me a giant, Mr. Try.
Because I have 4 yellow, 2 green.
Oh, okay. Can I ask Broom Broom to try for me?
You can, because there are no upgrade points left.
That's
Actually, they should have been the other way around, because someone flipped over the black instead.
Oh, whoops.
I would greatly appreciate
Okay, so you've got 4 yellow.
that.
4 yellow. So
What?
5 yellow,
Yep.
1 green. Versus that.
I'm gonna cross my fingers.
Yes!
You did get a triumph this time.
I didn't do it.
What was
It
it?
fell off the shelf, but I don't know what it was. It's not like it fell behind the...
That's okay. I'll figure it out later.
I was just trying to figure out what it was that fell and making sure it didn't break our cameras.
what was on the blue tack there?
Oh, I have no idea what was on the blue tack there.
I don't know where you're pointing exactly.
Underneath the lamp cable.
Maybe. It sounds like it fell behind here.
Yeah. Blue tack doesn't do no wrong. But it does keep a lot of the stuff up there.
It was a Batman spinner.
Yep, it was up. It was
yeah.
the blue tack on there. Yeah.
I'll just put it up on top there so it's not actually going to...
Sorry, I accidentally put that there when I got distracted by the fact that it was a spinner, and I was blue tacking all of those adorables that Ross got us in place. And some blue tack ended up on the spinner, and
It was entertaining.
ADHD.
It just needed more blue tack.
Heavy on the attention deficit at that stage.
Yep.
Okay, so... that was the roll, yep. Sorry, got to get back to the roll.
Apologies.
Oh, good.
So you ended up with quite a few successes and a triumph. And quite a few advantages. So for the triumph, what sort of thing are you looking for?
Expensive things.
It could be spice. They're some of the most expensive things on the market.
Look, no, I think spice might be a bit too hard to get rid of.
I know a guy.
You get rid of it 1 dose at a time.
Ooh,
I know a guy.
I was gonna say we have our fence right here.
We do have our fence right here. How hard is it to get rid of spice? I don't know.
Colorbond.
Do we deal in spice? Morally, where do we stand on spice? Out of curiosity.
No
We've
spice.
delivered it. We're not a big
No.
fan.
What I
we
would
deliver
like to
death
do
sticks?
if
Death
We
Sticks
do
is a version of Spice.
Oh, right, okay.
And the party has delivered Death Sticks before.
We have.
it's
I
possible,
think the difference between
Depending
cocaine
on-
and crack.
Right, okay.
GM's discretion, I wouldn't mind picking something like a general long-range scanner, but not a general long-range scanner. But because I'm not familiar with all the equipment, can I check it in the book with you?
Sure.
Okay.
You can,
Just-
between sessions, come up with what you want to have in the extra crate.
Okay, cool. Just something something that we'll find useful, because it's very rare that we get this opportunity, and I'll just make sure that Martin's happy, and yeah.
Okay, it connects to the side of your ship, and you manage to slowly get the 3 crates as you
done,
navigating through the many spinning ejected cargo containers.
I was
It's
just
like
gonna
imagine a container ship and someone's just flown everything off the container ship that was stacked full.
Yeah, no, I actually don't have to imagine that. There's this occasion where I think it was an R4 assassin droid spaced all of our gear, including Ash, while trying to steal our ship. So I kind of know exactly what this looks like.
And unfortunately, that wasn't too long ago.
No, it's in recent memory. I was also going to add, since Mike was the one who rolled the triumph, if you wanted to pick something that was in the crate, or
Something
I
fancy
could
and
run a
expensive.
list by you of possibilities.
Mm.
And,
Yep.
because
Yeah, we'll
you
come up
rolled
with a
it,
list.
so
Okay.
Oh, FYI, I have pretty good run at triumphs.
there's a reason why I call it.
There's a reason why we let him
I did
roll.
7 in one session.
Dude.
Mr. Triumph.
The dice loved him.
Yeah.
Then he handed it to Kesley and...
I just
Despair.
despair. Like, just bad. The dice hate me. Like, these dice specifically hate me.
Look, if it's just Kesley, Martin, and I at the table, I will roll no matter how much pain I have.
Like, the D20s and all the numbered dice, they're fine. They love me. It's great. The Star Wars dice and the Fantasy Flight, these things hate me. They do not like me.
Well, they roll up interesting results.
Yeah,
It's always interesting.
this is how I almost die all the time.
So
Okay.
we have ourselves 3 crates.
You have
One
yourself one bonus crate and 1 crate for you and 2 crates for Hondo.
Yes, of course. Yeah, okay, alright. I'm curious. Can I tell what's in Hondo's crates?
Okay, I will... There seems to be mostly electronic signatures coming from the crates.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's unsurprising that he's stolen a bunch of electronics. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yep.
Okay. And as you're getting the last crate docked into place, you see a Star Destroyer drop out of hyperspace.
That's
Let's
our
go.
cue to disappear.
Bad.
Hondo, was that part of the plan?
This says, no, not part of the plan.
We
We should be going by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, brum brum, and
I was gonna
rush to
say,
the cockpit and get out of here.
Space now.
Yeah, let's leave.
And I could quite easily say that during that time, Brum Brum has spent time figuring out where you are,
Yep.
so you can actually figure out where you want to go.
Oh, true, because we have to actually navigate out of here.
So I have
Does
to.
Hondo know where he wants? Well, actually, we want to go closer.
We need to map where we
So,
are, and then that
Am
way
I
we
doing
can
an
go somewhere.
investigation check? Alright, so 3 yellow, 3 green, and 2 blue.
So I was gonna say, any upgrades? 'Cause if there are, you should use them.
Yeah, I'll flip one I'll flip. So what am I doing?
White.
I'm flipping a white
Yep,
Yeah.
flipping
Right.
a white.
and getting rid of a green. Picking up that.
Always nice to have a big pile of dice to roll.
Mm.
Well,
Though you can cancel out black with blue. The only ones that cancel.
Damn it.
Which would have been interesting
I
at
was
this
gonna
stage
say,
because
that's what
the
you
light
should have
didn't
done.
roll up anything.
Well, at least there was no D.
We might have failed. Yep.
This is where I wish there were table rerolls.
Okay, so you hear a rude beeping coming down from the cargo area.
Ask Bluey to fix it.
As you see the coordinates flick off and then flick back on again and lock into place.
Astrogation droid is
Apparently,
Rolling off.
and you can basically see a lot of rude messages popping up on the screen dealing with your ability to navigate through space.
Hey, I've watched Deadpool Wolverine 12 times already. Don't tell me about rude messages.
Well, that's all he does. He beeps at you.
I watched the direct
Everything
cuts
he
of Red
says is
Moon.
swearing.
I understand rude messages.
118 F-bombs in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, I reckon Zack Snyder was trying to outdo Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep.
So is there going to be a super duper Deadpool 3?
Oh, possibly, but they're already talking about making a sequel to that.
Of course they are.
Well, it's now one of the highest grossing Marvel movies of all time.
It's also the highest grossing R-rated
film.
film.
Over there, but he got the wrong spot.
Mm.
He injected on this side somewhere, but he needed to do
Yeah.
here.
I'm talking about a Gambit movie actually coming.
Yep.
That would be really
True.
cool.
Well, Shannon Tatum showed that he could do the role. He was actually cast to do it previously, and that's why they got him in, because they were going to make the movie before it got canned.
I was gonna say, he's been trying to do it for at least 12, 14 years.
This is all he needs to get it done now.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was going to say 12 times and you haven't taken me once.
Well, you went the other day when...
I went once.
Yeah, you went the other
Once,
day
my
when I
friend.
couldn't make it. What are you doing on the weekend?
Making time to go see Deadpool.
Done.
Okay.
So, I think,
Star Destroyer.
hopefully,
Can we see what name or tell which Star Destroyer it is?
It says it's the Thunder Flare.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
not the
Yes.
Chimera.
Tropic
Ness,
Thunder.
thank you. It's not the Chimera.
As long as it's not the Chimera, we're fine.
Yeah. If it's not the Chimera, there's a chance of losing this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, we're...
Now, no.
Thank you. So, yeah. No, thank you, R4. Let's go. Let's go.
So it was called the Thunder what?
Thunder Flare.
The Thunder Flare.
That's a good
And
name.
now do I have to do a piloting space?
I know who drives the
Or
Thunder
do we
Flare.
just-
You just pull the lever and
Right.
pray.
I am pretty sure
Yes,
there's
we're
a
glad it's
Mandalorian
not
Gods
an
present.
interdiction cruiser.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That would be bad.
what were you saying, Ross?
It's glad it's not an interdictor cruiser.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't have been able to do this.
And just as you pull the lever, you see a second Star
No.
Destroyer pop in,
Second Star
and then a
Destroyer.
third.
Do we know those two or?
You're jumping as you see them pop in. You just fly right between them.
I'm okay with not knowing who they are, but I was kind of
Well, at least we
hoping
didn't fly in front of
for a
it.
flash of insight.
Neither of them had a silhouette in the top or the bottom of them.
Which means not the Chimera.
Yep, not the Chimera.
Okay.
There's
so
only
this
one
is-
Star Destroyer in service that people know of that actually has customized paint job.
Okay. So yeah, I'm.
And you can imagine the amount of pull you have to be able to do that.
He pimped his space ride.
Yes.
Bro,
It also
I heard,
has double the weaponry of any other Star Destroyer.
I heard you like weapons, so we put weapons in your trunk.
Yeah.
With a TV screen.
I know this
With
show.
7 TV screens.
And 48-inch subwoofers.
I was gonna say no. If they do mine, I want all the subwoofers because
Yeah.
my poor little i30 looks very pathetic trying to.
If they
play
pinch
decent
your
music.
ride, you're gonna get a massage chair in you.
in your
Me?
car.
No, massage chairs are my bane.
It's bad, yeah.
Yeah,
But
they massage right
ones
with
with the right
damaged
heating
nerves.
pads in the right spots, that would work well for her.
Absolutely.
This thing has a massage function in it.
Had to take it
I've
off.
disabled it.
Yeah.
I had to manually disable it because I kept accidentally pushing it, and it.
I bet that just
Every
runs it the wrong
every time
way.
it went off, she
Well,
almost
like,
screamed.
It's
Yeah.
my T4 that's damaged.
Yeah, so
and
just like
it starts at the T4, and
Yeah.
you're just like no.
So it's like, imagine you've got a big painful bruise and someone just pokes it.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you it's about to poke because you'll bump it and then poke.
It makes me really sad though because in doing it, I had to also disable the heat function.
sad. So sad.
Yeah.
So we head on out of here.
And so you realise that, well, whatever you're taking probably is highly valued.
So I'm gonna go
It's the
over
plans
to
for the Death
crates
Star.
that are in our hold.
And we're gonna have a look.
And I'm going to make
Future
sure
for
there's
the
no
Death Star.
tracking beacons, at least on the outside.
Well, you've got one attached to your side port and the other one to your outside mandibles. So you can't actually enter the crates easily.
Yeah, no, I know there's two that we can't, but I'm going to start
Hmm.
checking because we've
Yeah.
got to check both of them.
Yeah.
And if I have to attach myself to the outside to check the outside ones,
No.
I'm doing that shit.
I was gonna say I don't think you can do that in hyperspace.
You can, it's just not recommended.
Can
Oh,
we
okay.
check to see if there's any
Basically,
energy
if-
signals coming from the
If
crates?
for any reason you're knocked off your ship,
Mhm.
you're just gone.
So
I figured,
uh,
yeah.
So why don't
Ross
we
had a
just...
good idea to check for any energy signals coming from the crates. So can we do that?
You already detected energy
did.
signals coming from them
Right. Oh,
because
that's
the one that you
electronics.
picked
Because we
up,
were
the one
checking.
that Hondo had electronic signatures coming from it,
All right.
and the one you're getting also has electronic signatures coming from it.
So we need to figure out if it is
Yep.
transmitting further any tracking signals.
So I presume we get if it exists a handheld version of the scanner and go over the crate.
Most likely you will jump into a system and do it.
Yep.
Because that way, if you were to dump it at that point, then it would be someone shows up to this little floating dot in space and going, I thought there was a ship here.
Yeah.
So we will do that at the safest and earliest convenience.
Okay, so you find yourself in orbit around Korad, the junk planet,
Yep.
and home of his royal exalted squib.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Oh.
eBay.
And eBay.
And eBay, yes.
Mm.
So imagine a chihuahua the size of a small child with
Alopecia.
And no pants.
no with a lot of complex about being short.
And that as well. But the alopecia and the no pants, that's the important thing to envision here.
And constantly crossing his legs.
Thankfully.
Crossing and cross. And also has a pretty sick party boat that is a AT-AT without the legs. And it's his pleasure cruiser. Honestly, pretty sick.
Given the opportunity, I will be ejecting that squib out into space and taking the party thing.
Yeah.
But
the party thing doesn't fly in space.
No.
we don't have
It's
the
a
opportunity for
land.
that at the moment.
Okay, so as you drop into system, you see that the beacons are still flashing on the 3 crates you picked up,
Disable.
and it would be a ability for you guys to go out into space and fix. So
Yep.
you get your best mechanic on it.
Everyone looks at
Khaled.
Brum.
Well, I've got 332.
I was gonna say we could send Khaled and Broom
Yeah,
out as
I was
tandem.
gonna
I'll
say
go
as
out there because I'm slightly little bit more expendable than you are, due to the fact that you know how to fly the ship a lot better than anybody else.
Well, I've got piloting and things like that. I'm not saying that Brum's expendable. I'm saying that you two as a pair would probably be pretty effective.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you
As
guys,
there are 4 crates to look over.
yeah, there's 4 crates to look over. You guys will work well as a team.
Mm.
We know that this is semi friendly space.
Yeah.
Last time
It's
you
an
left.
understanding.
Last time you left here, he wanted to shoot you down.
Yeah. But now I want to shoot him too, so...
Just quickly, is there a reason we've come to this system?
So you
This
get rid
this
of
was
trackers.
the path that you're travelling along.
So we, as a group, we, being us, as opposed to Hondo, have decided that we will come here.
Well, to
the-
get away from the...
Yeah.
Most have hyperlanes, and if you deviate from the hyperlane, it's a lot harder.
Okay.
This is also probably from where we were. This is the first.
It's like
Planet
saying
spot.
you get on a highway,
Yeah.
and you want to go to a town that's not on the highway.
Okay. So theoretically,
It's possible to do it, but you have to jump the barrier and risk
So-
everything.
So again, theoretically, there's about 40 seconds between us arriving and then the Star Destroyers arriving.
They would normally be about 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
That's the fastest that they can get their hyperdrive working again.
I was going to say, where's that town with the really cool bakery on the way to Melbourne with the submarine?
Holbrook.
Okay, so it's like stopping at Holbrook instead of Albury with Holbrook. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. But what I wanted to make sure was it wasn't something that Hondo decided that we would do.
No, we just hit the go button.
Yeah, we hit the button because we're more worried about trackers and Star Destroyers than we are about the squid with no pants.
Whereas if we just happen to leave some of the trackers, oh no, it fell
Mm.
on the planet. Oh no, the highest exalted one has to deal with the Imperials. Oh no.
And you can
Oh,
literally
the
toss
cargo.
them towards the ring of debris around the planet,
I
and
was going to say,
it would appear as if you're hidden there.
Yeah.
Given a decent triumph, I'm going to toss one of those things right onto party boat number 1.
And he would be immediately arrested for having bastardized Imperial
I do
weaponry.
not mind the complications this will bring into his life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
so
a thank you for trying to shoot us
I
down.
don't hold a grudge. I really don't.
personal vendetta.
So when they were talking about that a R4
That
unit
would
had
be more
dumped all their
like
cargo,
Mm.
that was the person involved.
That was that.
Understandable.
And then tried to shoot them out of the air when they tried to leave.
So do we both have to do our mechanics?
You both get to do a mechanics check.
Alright,
So Hondo does offer whoever's doing the 3 crates at the front his command cylinder to help.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
3.
Does that give us an extra
3.
dice?
It will make it a lot easier.
3.
Just won't do anything with the one that doesn't have
3.
that he didn't pick.
His marks.
Okay, that's
I'm just going to keep my
mine.
eyes on Hondo.
So are you going to do the
It's a good idea.
ones with the beacons on them or the ones without the beacon on
I suppose I'll do the ones with the beacon on them.
them? Okay.
Um,
So Hondo gives you the command cylinder to work on it.
sure. And I'll flip a whoosy what's it
Mm-hmm.
and get rid of one of those and grab one of those.
Okay.
Lanky boy, lanky boy.
These ones go away, these ones go away, and these ones go away. Leaving you, you successfully disable the trackers
Hooray!
and
Nice job.
manage to send the beacon off towards the debris field. So it looks like, Rosh, you got the other one to do.
Okay.
What's your mechanics?
Mine's 3 yellow, 2 green. But I will upgrade as well. Most of my specialties comes with playing around with drawings.
No, none of those, just...
Oh, crap. What's that?
That is one of the ones that I got as original dice, where they just came as stickers.
Okay. That's a... What's that?
Okay, so that is...
Oh, triumph.
That is a double failure. So that means I take both of those away to get rid of that one. Those to get rid of that one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Do you know what that
so
means?
that means that he got a triumph, but he got
5 failures.
4 net failures
Oh, yeah.
and 3 threat.
Yep.
So, I believe that Khalid has found the anti-theft prevention system and is currently swearing as he's been ejected off the ship.
What do you mean?
The side of the crate pretty much sent him spinning out into space.
Like an electric.
More of an explosion.
Oh, so it's proper exploded?
Well, the crate hasn't exploded. It's just the panel he was working on blew up in his face.
Right. How do we? Can I go to one of our?
Well, luckily for you, you didn't do it while in hyperspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can. I was gonna say we should be able to jet.
Does he have his jetpack on?
I assume he doesn't leave space without it.
Can he
Yeah, because I need
jetpack
to
to
maneuver
back
around.
to the ship?
He can use the maneuver back to the ship. He got a triumph, so he didn't actually damage it.
Can I go and assist him in disabling anti-theft device?
Yeah, hit it with an ion cannon.
Would that work? An ion
It
grenade?
may, depending on what other systems are involved.
Okay.
They'll just fry anything that's inside it, that's all.
Yeah, I don't want to fry everything. Look, we just gotta try to
With
get
that
some
level of
gear.
security, there's definitely something in it then.
Do you want me to have a crack at it?
I was gonna say maybe if you're happy to go out there and help him.
Well, you finished you did 3 crates in the time it took him to blow up his.
Yeah.
Is,
So,
this, is this another one
it
of
makes sense.
beating Ash? Oh, Christ on a bike. Alright.
You can do it.
I was gonna say, did they have bicycles back then?
Yeah. 3. Was it 3?
Personally, I prefer to.
Well, it's probably the first time
I've
I've actually done the 6 red.
2. And
Oh,
I
what a
will
segue.
flip a bastard point.
And then once you roll, you can take away one bad dice.
Unless it's despair.
Unless it's you can't take away the spares, of course. Take away one of the double failures.
Mm.
Is that one of those guys?
Yeah, the double triangles.
God, there's a lot of triangles there.
There's a lot of red still.
Yeah.
There was a lot of reds there.
Okay, so you feel really good about doing these things, and you think you may have figured out a way to do it, and you could literally give yourself another 3 blue dice to try it.
I was
Four
gonna say,
blue dice to try again,
Try
because you
again.
literally got 8 advantages.
Wow.
Do it.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I was gonna say, there's
So you
no
need more
limit to how much
blue
dice
dice?
your hands can hold, right? Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you do your
3,
general check.
Hang on. 3, 3, 2.
And then I'll flip one of these over and add one of those.
And then get.
And you want
get
2 more
3.
blue.
2 or 3?
It was
It's a
4
shame
all
we
up.
don't
4.
have
Right.
a assisting droid or something that can help me. MT7.
Yes!
was
Oh,
something
double
that can-
triumph!
Ooh.
So that makes 5
For today, yeah.
today.
He's done very well today.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, if you beat 7, you're having an extra good day.
Yeah.
Cleaning you. What are you doing?
He's sniffing your hand. That's something.
I got angry at me 'cause I went to
Interesting.
move him off the chair.
So
Well,
that,
Actually,
so that basically cancels out the successes on the triumph. So you didn't succeed, but you got 2 triumphs and
You don't use it every day when you're always
you got yourself
Oh, really?
6
Well, you
advantages.
can just tell me
So
that.
I'm going to say that you have managed to open the crate,
Right,
but you
don't
can't
give me
disable it.
It was funny
Don't
'cause
give me
he was
any
lying
more
there and I was
blue
like,
dice.
It was like
Something
just lie here and
to
just
you're
the
just like, ugh.
pat me. It'll
So,
be
it-
fine, I won't have to move.
It's
great.
open.
Yeah.
So
I was like,
it's
"Come on, kid,
it's
you gotta
open,
move."
but I
Yeah,
can't
kid's like,
disable it.
"Nah."
Right.
So basically, we could just probably take the stuff,
Yeah. Went to pick them up.
leave the tray here, and just put it on, give it to Sir No Pants.
Inside, you see it is full of probe droids.
Just to make you feel better, he does that to us too.
Whoa!
What a
Military model. So you remember Empire Strikes Back?
Yep.
And that thing that got to them on Hoth?
right, yes, okay.
So
There
what was the
is
It's full of probe droids.
There's 12 of them, all with that freshly packed, brand new, unopened seals.
Fresh droid smell.
Look, Carlin, it has
I was
that,
gonna say, I
that
love
new
the,
robot smell.
love the smell of fresh droids.
Of course, he can't smell right now. He's got his helmet on.
Well, okay, yeah, and we're outside. But all right, so we.
So this is literally worth a fortune on the black market.
Yeah, we take the 12 droids out of the crate.
Gonna take you about 5 minutes a droid to move into your ship,
There's 2 of us. Is
and that's 2 of
And
you.
this is what my suit's designed for.
Yep. So yeah, so we start moving
He's
the
enjoying his
12 the 12 droids.
They're droids. They're
Droids.
bigger than each of you.
Right. So yeah, we start moving them in.
You do realise
So,
this is going to pick up our entire cargo.
Are we? Is that
Well,
the entire cargo of this crate?
That's the entire cargo of this crate.
This
It-
is droids.
It's probe droids.
So our bonus crate is full of probe droids.
Mm-hmm. Which is quite a
Big thing.
Big moolah.
Big money.
Can we keep them though?
You can keep them, but most people wouldn't want something programmed by the Imperials helping them.
Well,
Yeah, no, I mean not keep them. Like, can we hold on to them to sell them?
You can hold on to them, sell them, yes. They still have their hyperspace capable pod attached to them,
Right. Okay.
which is worth almost twice what they are.
So we could almost just keep the hyperspace modules and get rid of the droids, but we
It's
might
worth
as well
more
make
else.
money out of the droids.
yeah.
We gotta move quickly. So for 2 of them doing this, it'll take them a half hour.
Well, what if the rest of us helped?
Us with jetpacks and vacuum sealed stuff can help you.
Yeah.
You can help. You could probably do it in about 15 minutes if you're lucky.
As long as one
We've only
person
got a
keeps an
15-minute
eye,
window.
keeps an eye on Hondo.
And you've already spent
Yeah.
5 minutes of it, so that would be 5 minutes beyond your safety margin.
Worst case scenario, we get 10 of them and not 12.
Yeah,
so
let's grab as many as we can, I guess.
And that's assuming you've moved Brum Brum back into the cockpit to start doing the calculations.
Yes.
Wouldn't we ask our astronavigation droid to?
Asking-
He might not be able to do the thing as fast. Unless he's got Galaxy Mapper, he takes half an hour.
Okay.
So the 1 feet
Alright.
halves the time.
Well, we're Mandalorians. We're trained. We should be
Alright.
fit and fast. So
And do you have Galaxy Mapper?
I don't know. I've only got my sheet.
Okay, let's.
I do. But
I am reluctant to use either of my hands on an electronic device right now because
You do. Where are we?
I didn't get enough injections today. There wasn't time.
Up the top.
Yes, you do have it. So technically, you could be on the ship working with the droid and making it happen.
Will that be? That doesn't make it any faster.
It meant that you could have it instead of starting 5 minutes late, start at the same point the Imperials would be starting.
Yeah, but whether it's me or
If it's Brum Brum, Brum Brum's 5 minutes after you because he's been outside doing breaks.
Okay, all right.
So it makes more
alright,
sense
I
for
see,
you.
I see what you mean.
That was the difference of
I
you or
was-
Brum Brum.
I was-
Because you went outside playing in space,
No.
and Khaled was doing an impression of Lost in Space.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! Danger!
Who is Will Robinson?
This is
Lost in
Um,
space.
No, I know who Will Robinson is. My character.
Well, there is droids in there with many arms.
My character has no idea who Will Robinson is. Unless they kept that book in the Star Wars, the Star Wars world thing. Alright, I'll
Technically,
do,
it's in it. It's just supposed to be in the settings future.
I'll do the astrogation and hope that the rest of my team can.
Okay.
I will lend my jetpack to Garm and tell him to pitch in.
I thank you for your consideration, but
It's
I
not
already
consideration.
have a job to do.
Here's it.
I was gonna say
I already have a job to do.
he might be.
I'm keeping Hondo in the cockpit with me. All the hands. Do you know how much these droids are worth?
Probably.
Okay, so here's my jetpack. Go help the others. I'll do the astrogation. Keep an eye on Hondo.
You can easily get 15 to 20,000 per droid. So about a couple of months.
Do you
pay for
really
you.
want to lose 15 to 30 grand because you didn't want to put a jetpack on and help out? You're out there with our experienced guys. They're trustworthy.
Or maybe your employees can buy the droids at a discount price?
Sure.
Well, they already have. His employees technically have already bought it at a discount price.
To be honest, I'm surprised that worked. I was expecting to go, nope.
No, I'm happy to do that.
Darren, you can come and help too.
So yes,
And he's coming.
Martin, I will suit up. I've already got the helmet on,
Mhm.
so I'll suit the rest up and with the jetpack and head out.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, I have absolutely no skill in pretty much any of the things that we're doing.
That's all good.
No training, I should say.
And you're finding that working the jetpack is a little weird.
Yes.
I was going to say, it wouldn't have been easier to give him my boots. Would it have been?
Would have been easier to give him the boots, yes.
Okay, well,
But
in that case...
basically one of the suits would have come with like
Boots.
magnetic boots, wouldn't it?
She's got jet boots
I
as
got
well.
jet
Oh
boots.
shit.
And if they're easier to control, I'll give you the boots because that means that there's less
Actually, I
chance
think
of you
it'd be
going
probably a little
somewhere
bit more
you shouldn't.
difficult.
Okay.
No, the jetpacks are designed to work with Mandalorian armor.
Which
Oh,
Darren-
okay, yeah, fair enough.
So putting it on someone else, it becomes very difficult to control.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
why...
so basically the jetpacks have got custom fit to it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They will auto-attach to a Mandalorian's armor.
So now I have boots.
You've now got some borrowed boots. Apparently, you're about the same size. As you feel it constrict around you to lock in place.
I don't know how you feel about having the same size shoe as a female Mandalorian.
I'm happy with that.
I don't know if that means that.
I don't think anyone would ever
I don't know
actually
what that
diss
part
a female
was.
Mandalorian. It's like, yep, you're probably bigger than I am.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Statistically, though, that's been proven a myth, so...
My character is not.
Apparently, the
particularly
smaller
big
your
guy.
feet are. There you go.
Okay, so yes, you feel absolutely useless helping out here.
I still try my best. But
And while you're out there, you're almost doing the rah-rah, I'll help you rah-rah.
yeah,
Oh, come on.
pretty much.
So basically he's doing the same thing as what PAD-1 is. You can do it!
Yeah.
Wait, is PA one just Rob Schneider? You can do it! Put his freaking head off! Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I've got no training in any of this stuff, so
But hey, you're always willing to give it a
I
go.
was gonna say, aren't they shifting, like, droids onto the ship?
They are shifting packages in zero-G gravity.
Yeah, surely. That doesn't take a huge amount of skill to be able to
It takes a
do.
bit of skill to be able to do that in zero-G.
yeah.
Okay.
Most of you will be working with penalties, and everyone but Garm has enough skill in flying to be able to negate most of those penalties.
Mm.
Especially Brum Brum and Ash.
Problem my character has
So-
is you can't stop on a dime.
But
There's no such
perhaps
thing as, like the
perhaps
inertia just
then-
keeping you like, oh, shit.
Garm could be at the doorway and shortening the trip so that they only just have to get them.
Apparently, you've been relegated from flying in space to positioning in a cargo hold.
Well,
You're the catcher!
you catch them and get them in.
Well,
There is a system that would
Sure.
quicken it.
okay. I'll try that.
Well,
And to make things easier, they turn off gravity on the ship, so you're not having to hold the weight by yourself.
That'd kind of be okay, I guess.
Otherwise, you would go.
this is why the boots are necessary.
Mm.
So you can propel yourself around.
So I'm going to use them as, if I
long as
can, just as magnetic boots.
But say, as long as you
So
hold
I
your
just
arms
walk.
like this, you're good.
Yeah, I just walk on the.
The momentum of these things can still knock him over.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Just because you can put your arms out doesn't mean you can stop it.
Yes.
That's about being in front and being
The
behind.
idea was to try and get help to speed up the process rather than slow it down.
Oh, he's not slowing it down. He just doesn't feel as useful.
You
Oh,
are
that's
very useful. Why
That's
why
okay.
are you undermining the value this character has in themselves?
He's just telling it how it is. My character fully accepts exactly what he's saying.
Why do you have such a low
And
value of
you
yourself?
I've
hear
got a very high value. Just
you hear a
not
lot of
in physical
encouragement from Hondo over the comms to you. Except it's more of no, don't do that. No, not
labour.
there.
Oh, that's got to hurt. Ah.
Sure you want to go that way?
Maybe you didn't think this through.
I was going to say, I was having such a good time, now I'm regretting everything.
It's okay.
As you can hear Hondo giving commentary of ooh, that's gotta hurt.
I got
Well,
peer
you
pressured
see-
into it by Mandalorians. What can you do?
I had the dual idea of occupying Hondo so thoroughly he doesn't get up to any...
He's completely
Mischief.
occupied. If we didn't have Garm helping out, he would have been bored.
Exactly. So now Hondo is occupied. I can do astronavigation, and hopefully we'll get an extra couple of minutes faster.
And you hear over the comms, 50 credits, he'll get himself wedged between two. Yep, I just got myself 50 credits.
Yeah, I do bet you. So you pay
Everyone's
yourself
like, yeah, I'm not
50
taking those off.
Oh, he's not actually, he's a pirate. He'll bet on anything, even if he doesn't pay up.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's any...
Guarantee he's never gonna pay anything.
Okay, so with the help of Brum Brum and Ash, you managed to negotiate all of the cargo in quickly.
Did we ever work out what those two containers that Hondo...
Just that it had electronics in it. You never opened them up.
Okay.
Technically, you could open one of them up while... Brooklyn could open up at least
No.
one of them because he's
No,
got the...
yeah.
I was gonna say we don't have time to be looking into Hondo's
Yeah.
business.
But once we're all on board and taking
Um,
off, before
no,
he gives
the
back
thing
the
is,
code
You don't want to know what Hondo wants with
cylinder,
that stuff.
he could technically...
It's going to be too much trouble.
I'm not saying he should, I'm just putting it out there that Brooklyn has the code cylinder and he hasn't given it back just yet, and before he gives it back, after we take off, we could possibly look at the one that's inside.
Just as a matter of interest, have you negotiated, being the owner of the ship, have you negotiated the transport of cargo for Hondo?
No, we haven't.
You really should.
Well, I was thinking since you're such a good negotiator, maybe you could negotiate that with Hondo. Now that he's got no choice but to use us.
Oh, sure, we can do that.
It's always good to negotiate at the delivery point, because it's not like you can say, well, I'll go my own way then.
And I'll
Yeah.
put it this way, my negotiation skills not so great, yours probably brilliant.
And that it's a common tactic of Hondo to charge the fee after the action.
The reason why I'm in a position
Plus, you've
of
also got
leader
the pantsless
is
ferret
identifying
that'd probably be
skills
interested in
other
buying
than
stuff to Hondo.
They'll
doesn't it?
delegate appropriately.
Yeah.
I didn't want to assume.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think it would be a good idea to negotiate some kind of deal with Hondo at this moment. For the transport of his goods away from the rest of those Star Destroyers, since there's 3 Star Destroyers.
So once we get those droids packed,
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back into the ship
Okay.
and I'll basically pat Hondo on the shoulder and say, "So, my friend, we need to negotiate the transport costs for those 2 containers of yours."
I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement, he says, as he does the whole crack his fingers.
You need a sound effect on your Sirenscape that has knuckles cracking.
I'm sure.
I
it's
could
somewhere
I could
on there.
probably literally do it.
So, basically, I'm expecting that whatever's in those things is going to be at least to the value of those pro-droids. I'm thinking
So
It's-
12 times.
it's going to
15
be
grand.
expensive as hell. So I'm going to negotiate for all the money.
What?
So you're looking at something the value of about 100,000
Yeah, pretty much.
to 200,000.
If I can manage it.
I'm sure you
I
can.
mean, I'm prepared to take. Well, I'd like to start at half the cargo. So if he wants to give us the cargo itself, I'm happy with that. But otherwise, lots of money. But the problem is, how do you get that money off him?
Well, I don't know how money works in Star Wars. I think it's cred sticks.
You can have it electronically, but a lot of people deal with physical currency because it's a lot harder to steal.
Yeah, I'd be
In the
looking at
sense of if you don't have it on you, they can't take it.
cred sticks. I have a feeling though, Hondo does not have physical money, so we would probably want it in, I'm guessing, actual items to sell.
So a
trade.
share of what's in
A
each
share
of the-
of what's in there.
Yep.
If you can't get actual money out of him,
Mhm.
if you can't get actual money out of him and he wants to like digitally transfer it, I wouldn't trust
No.
that transaction to actually happen. I'm fairly sure though you will be up against some pretty strong dice. So I would try to keep it interesting at first, but fair in the end.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, the cornerstone of my character is fair.
Yeah,
Like that's
I
what he.
expect.
That's what he is.
I expect as much from listening to the last session when I was asking Martin about whether or not it was worth doing insight, and you were saying look, he is basically a fair guy. So I've actually written that down. I've put fair, honest, trustworthy,
Okay, so
and affable.
you can do the equivalent of spend 50 credits to give yourself 5 yellow dice because it says greased palms, even though it doesn't make sense that you're paying him to then.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't matter. That's an extra yellow dice. I'd pay for that.
Yep.
It's basically bribing him to see things your way.
It's Hondo. Does it have to make sense?
As you also started off the session with 300 extra credits, just because it's a new session.
Okay.
This is why you're considered exceedingly
Mr. Moneybag.
All right. I guess I'll do that. That seems really weird.
And it is amusing that's an actual mechanic of your character.
See, I would have expected because my character deals with the Empire as well, and I'm an equal opportunity tradesman or trader. So
Yeah, so you're basically DJ out of episode 8.
I was gonna say episode 8 of which?
The movie. He's referring to the movie.
I see.
The one of the ones that may not be a movie anymore.
The movie.
I might
Do it.
yellow up a green,
Whenever there's
Yeah.
opportunities
Yeah,
there.
go for
especially
it.
in this instance, in this
And then,
situation.
as long as it's not a despair, you can remove one of the bad dice.
I'm gonna get.
Don't get a despair. There you go.
No despairs,
Remove that one.
That one.
which means that whatever happens, you succeed as long as you got one success.
Get rid of the
This
blanking
is
voice.
It sounds positive.
It's pretty good actually.
So that one, and that becomes that, and you ended up with 2 successes and an advantage. So he's happy to give you half his take,
Wow,
That is generous.
it is.
and he says they're your problem now.
I feel like there's a hitch, but you know.
That was the hitch.
That was the hitch.
He shakes hands and does the whole deal before you realise that you've won.
And yet I don't really feel like I've won.
No. I was thinking more like a 10% transport fee rather than half of his actual gear. But
So you now own
hopefully-
half of whatever's in crate 1 and half of whatever's in crate 2.
Well, it's we are getting half commission, and we have to be the ones to sell it. He just gets paid.
yeah, well, that part's his problem.
Well, as long as
I'm
it's
joking.
not
We'll figure it out.
anything horrible. Usually know a guy that I can sell it to.
We just pulled probe droids out of one crate. It's
Oh, that's no big deal. I know, so I know a guy.
Now, you know, many are in the rebellion who will basically transfer you money the day you tell them you've got it.
Yep.
You don't even have to haggle and say, yep, we'll take that.
Yeah.
all right. Well, hopefully we can sell it.
Okay, so just as you input the coordinates to go, you see
A Star Destroyer.
3 Star Destroyers drop out.
Do
And you also see a couple of other patrol ships come your way.
Time to go.
Apparently, whatever you've got is really important to the Empire.
Yes.
Okay, so where are we going next? We have to work out, jump to go somewhere else after that.
Well, I've been astragating while Hondo's been cheering on Garb.
We need to
Well,
get...
considering you're not, you're now on the main hyperdrive route,
Yeah, it's
you
easier.
can technically disappear on them very quickly because you don't have to stop at the next planet. The route you were on had only 2 destinations.
And
Now we're on, like,
we're all
island.
inside of the ship now before we hit the...
So,
Yep.
so technically, you were on the on-ramp when you jumped out of hyperspace beforehand.
And now we're on the main highway, so we can jump straight to Kidron, drop off Hondo, and technically we're not being tracked
And
after we go.
because you're also heading further away from Imperial-controlled space, it's a lot harder for them to track you.
Yeah. So if we head, as long as we were astragating straight to Kidron, we can get there pretty good.
So we take off.
Okay, there's a very quick jump. And quite a lot of cheering from Hondo. Going, good job to everyone. High-fiving people.
By the
Even
way,
people who don't put
what
their
did you
hands up.
offload to us?
That's when we're asking questions about what
Oh, Hondo goes, it's not my problem now, it's yours.
it is.
Yeah,
one of the
well,
crates
that's
is
the problem
this
that
one.
we
The other crate is
inherited from
ours.
you.
There's too many words, too many words.
I think we should have just gone for a favour. Probably a bit
Yeah.
cheaper.
I don't know. It was I left it up to Garb as to what he was.
And Garm was completely successful in getting you the better of the deal? Question mark on the end there.
Yeah, half of something.
half of the take. And he's like, deal, half the take, and you're selling it. Great deal, great deal.
Well, I guess as long as Garb's happy with that, because
Garm doesn't feel he's got the better of the deal, but
in which
Anyway.
case, you know.
Well, you don't owe Hondo money, so you think you actually came out ahead this time.
So.
I was gonna
what,
say-
does that mean we get to keep the the finder's fee, which was 7% of the actual value of the object? And
Well-
we were going to pay him the
You still owe him the 7% because you didn't renegotiate that one.
and we were going to, like, supposedly we were supposed to pay him for the actual object itself, even though we didn't own it. Okay.
I believe you were only paying him the finder's fee for the
I
items.
was happy to pay him the 7%. How much is that?
That would be about 50,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully I've got 50,000 from the
From the rebels.
The Alliance will transmit that to you as soon as you verify.
Cool.
And just like you know they will not verify until you say it's okay.
Yes. Yes. No, fine.
Okay. So you have no problem entering the Kidron system. You seem to have gotten ahead of the Empire.
This is good.
Yeah, good.
You can detour out to the Diga system if you really want to be circumspect with your inspections.
3 Star Destroyers and 2 patrols. I'm wondering if being circumspect is a wise decision.
It is a possibility. That's why I thought I would mention it. Because you've been there, you know how to get there, you have managed to get updated.
Do you need circumspect or cautious?
Well, circumspect is not going the direct, it's sort of like cautious, not going the direct way. I may have trouble pronouncing the words,
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry I meant circumspecting, not going around it the obvious way.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's just clarifying to make sure that I haven't misinterpreted. Yeah, well,
Because
I'll be taking all caution.
the Empire doesn't patrol around Diga.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess from here we could head over to the
I
Diga
presume
system.
no one objects to taking that extra bit of caution.
No.
And also considering they didn't get a good view of your ship.
Well, we're not entirely sure of that, but I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope.
Well, you weren't really there long enough for more than a blurred image.
Mm.
It's like, yes, there's this little thing all the way over there, and by the time we zoomed in, it was gone.
The second time the Star Destroyers turned up, did we get a look at their...
You got as much as a look of them as they got of you.
Yeah, no,
Mostly
I'm happy
blurred.
with that. I may sound like I'm obsessed with knowing who these Star Destroyers are. It's more intel that I'm just trying to...
Better
I
to
have
know
to
your
do
enemy
better.
than to
Yeah.
run into them and go, oh crap.
If I happen to have seen the names, then great. If not,
And you know, the captain of the Thunder Flare is one of the few female captains in the Imperial military. Normally means exceptional captain. Okay, so. Well, the males get promoted with very little effort.
Yes.
Because they get demoted just as little quickly. So yes, you find yourself coming in at Diga. You could literally land in the former pirate base. You know where that is?
Did I have like instructions to deliver the package to
Yeah.
a particular place at a particular time?
They were going to sort that out once you
Once
collected
it was
it.
confirmed.
Basically, until it was collected, they were not taking the next step.
I was going to say, once we consider it safe, we would probably comms
Okay.
your contact. If you
Okay.
have a long-range scanner.
So you have no problems coming in and parking below ground out of radar range
Yep.
at the sensor dampening pirate base.
When you say sensor dampening pirate base, whose pirate base is this?
This was the captain that you had
Captain
yeah,
Chalmers?
Hmm.
Yeah.
it was his base.
Yeah, cool.
You couldn't scan it from space.
No.
It just didn't exist.
This is not a bad outcome.
But he did abandon it when you guys had found it. It's like, well, it's
It
now
wasn't
known
so
by someone.
secret, So, once it's no longer a secret. So we're just parked there waiting on ship for it to be safe.
Well, it's you parked there while you can verify stuff and
Yep.
make another check to make sure there's no unknown tracking stuff.
I was gonna say if we're parked there, then
And you can
perhaps-
transfer things from the cargo to your ship
Yeah.
as needed, because you do have 2 to 3 cargo bays on your ship.
Yeah, well, I was gonna suggest it was a time to take care of doing sort of that kind of essential stuff, transferring things,
Checking everything.
making sure there's no tracking beacons left anywhere. Maybe if we don't need to keep the outside attached cargo things, getting rid of those so that it's not as obvious.
Well, we've taken the 12 droids out of the
And
one...
you toss that one
Yeah,
before you
there's,
left.
Right,
there's,
that
there's
one's
one
right.
on the front.
There's 3 on the front,
3 on the front.
because they're too big to fit inside
In
your
the
ship.
front mandibles.
What's in Hondo's 2 containers.
Okay, so opening it up, you see that there is
Plans for the Death Star and
There's this one boffin guy there with this.
a white and blue droid with the message in it, asking for help from some guy called Obi-Wan.
Okay, so it seems to be suspension pods to keep people
In a coma?
basically in suspended animation for travel.
Cryogenic.
Yeah,
That's it.
I was gonna
cryogenics.
say it looks like some extra fancy back tanks. It sounds like.
Crap.
And they all appear to be Wookiees.
Oh, there's Wookiees in these.
Ooh.
Can they... Are they all healthy?
Hard to tell. It's basically got them all in suspended animation,
As the
so
machine goes bing.
you'd probably need a decent medic to wake them up.
We might need to change our destination to somewhere where there's a decent medic to wake them up, because we ain't selling the Wookiees.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not into slavery, so not something.
I was right.
We can sell the suspension chamber things though. That'd probably be worth quite a bit.
You just got to un-Wookie them.
Yeah. So how many Wookiees are we talking about?
You're talking about 30 Wookiees.
30 Wookiees.
That's 30 Wookiees for our half.
30 Wookiees overall.
Oh, which
So 15 total for us. Or, sorry, for you, the Mandalorians. Like basically say, yeah, sorry guys, I don't know a guy who will buy Wookiees.
No, we have a contact of a Wookiee clan, Wookiee group that they would probably want their people back.
Cool.
So we have.
Hondo goes, he knows a guy.
Hondo.
What I
Check
think
the room,
we
buddy. Check the
may
room.
want to do is possibly trade Hondo the suspension tanky things for his half of the Wookiees.
Yeah, we'll take the people, but we'll give them the tanks.
Yep. And then he can sell the tanks and we'll keep the Wookiees. Not for slavery, so we can set them free.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He does say that his client might not be happy with you taking the Wookiees.
Sucks for your client.
Yeah.
Hashtag not our problem.
I would be patting his back and I'm like, but you're such a good talker,
I want to point out.
Hondo. Surely you could
These
convince
are
them.
Wookiee-sized suspension tanks. That means they're extra large.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very expensive. You can sell these things.
And once we sell the Wookiees, we can always put you in them. In one.
So we've got an agreement for half of the cargo. Alright, so if we're going to go down the steal from Hondo, effectively, whilst I'm hoping that he'd be more than happy to sell us the Wookiees, so he's not going into slavery and all the other bad things that happen to Wookiees off the planet. I can't say I'm particularly happy about stealing from him either.
I want to see if we can reason with Hondo in the sense of he can have all of the suspension tanks like Kana's saying. We'll keep the Wookiees and he
Yeah,
can.
let's
he
split it
can
in half.
sweet talk Hondo can sweet talk anyone.
Yeah, he does that sort of roll of his eyes thing with that.
Surely this is not beyond you.
He's not that great speaking Wookiee.
Oh, so the buyers are the Wookiees who want it back. Want them back.
Is this the whole reason he got the job?
So that he could get the Wookiees back. So he's not actually selling the Wookiees into slavery, he's
Yeah,
getting them
right.
into free.
Hondo being on a rescue mission.
Well, they pay well.
Yeah, that's true. They do. Well in that case, we'll just keep all of the tanks and sell them, and he can have the Wookiees.
We'll help.
We keep all of them.
We can help him deliver the said Wookiees
Yeah, we will.
to make sure that it is getting to the right
To be
buyer.
honest, it did not occur to me that he was being honest and rescuing the Wookiees. Just did not occur to me at all.
He's honest for the right price.
If people pay him, he always comes through.
Yeah.
His
It should have
morality
occurred
is
to me that maybe
is
this
token.
was,
And sometimes he goes the extra mile if they've helped him out in the past.
Yeah, sure. Hondo is like that. That's why, I actually do like Hondo. He's a fun character.
well,
Yeah.
he's supposed to be essentially a lovable rogue,
Yeah.
and so he's written very much to be a lovable rogue.
And while he screws people over, he really does it maliciously.
Yeah.
But he was happy to leave the tanks to you.
So when he was saying he'll split half, he wanted to keep the Wookiees
Hmm.
and give us the tanks. I'm happy to give him percentage of the sale. In that case.
You mean the finder's fee or the rescue fee, or sale of the back of the tanks?
Now I'm getting myself confused. It's easy to do, especially this late at night.
Okay.
So potentially-
He's getting paid to rescue the Wookiees, right? Okay, so we'll just let him take Wookiees. There's no issue there.
Are we interested in helping him to
I was
take the
gonna
Wookiees to where they need to go?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we probably can't just take them out and go our separate ways. We'd have to
No, we
help
have to-
deliver.
Yeah. Yeah,
He is
well,
checking
there's
over
no-
all the tanks and making sure that there were no hidden things on their containers.
And what about the Wookiees themselves? Are there no tracking devices on them?
Well, they wouldn't be inside the
The tanks.
cryogenics because you would normally just short out those things.
Okay, I don't know anything about.
Though if it was a Bacta tank, that could quite easily have tracking devices in there.
Yeah, well, I
They have
know
many
nothing
stories
about
with
these technologies. I don't know how you guys know all about these technologies.
I remember the stories.
Well,
I
isn't
just
that lucky?
think of putting like a mobile phone in a freezer. It's not gonna have a good time.
And something that super freezes it.
I have no idea about those sorts of things. And
Electro-
I'm absent-minded enough
I've
to
watched
leave my phone in the
YouTube
freezer.
videos
Electronics don't like being frozen.
or thrown in a microwave.
No.
That I know.
Just
What are
in
you talking
case.
about? That's the fastest way to charge it.
Yeah.
You can't convince people that.
I know. It's so funny.
Okay,
It's
so yes.
also a little bit sad
Where's-
that those people could be.
He says he has his clients meeting him in the coin system, but we would need to most likely transfer it to his ship on Kidron.
Didn't we just pass through Keyfoge?
You did, but you passed through there to avoid the Empire seeing what you had.
Yeah, so we're just checking everything out. We have to get back to Kidron anyway to head on to the hyperspace lane. So we
Bless
could
you.
head back to Kidron, switch ships, go to Coin.
Okay, well, let's do that.
That way, he says divide and conquer.
Uh-huh.
Are there any alliance sort of operatives that I'm aware of here that I could hand off the
Scan.
scanner and that to?
They would be the ones at the Almoran system where you caught up with these guys.
Which, if we go to...
And the thing is, it doesn't mean that you both can't travel together.
Mm.
It's just that if there's multiple ships traveling, it's less suspicious than a single ship of the type they're following.
Coin is on the way to Almoran.
Okay.
I'll show you the sector map and show you where we're
No,
going.
that's fine. I
Yeah.
was just hoping that I could offload this before we potentially lose it.
Checking it over, it does have all the markings you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And you do find a extra 2 beacons inside the crate.
Ooh, get rid of that.
They were designed to trigger as soon as it powered up.
And
Which is a little more extensive than you're expecting.
it wouldn't be bad to see if we can find a buyer for those droids.
No, I'm assuming the Mandalorians would have been the ones to find those, because my ability to find them would be very limited.
It'd probably be Brum Brum and Carwood.
Look at them over.
Between the two of them, they would notice it rather quickly.
Okay.
Especially as they're verifying that it is what you're looking for.
Yeah, my contacts, I think, would be willing to buy those droids.
Yep.
And you realise that the sort of power required to run this system would be a very large ship.
Yes. Yep. And so basically, when we get to back to the system where we met, I will organise payments.
Yep.
You could technically also take the Wookiees there, because but it means that someone would have to come there to pick them up.
I'm happy once we've dropped off our stuff to
Drop off
go
them.
on Hondo.
Mhm.
Yep. But I gather part of this conversation is Hondo wants to go and do the Wookiees.
He doesn't mind waiting, but he doesn't want to keep his client waiting too long.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
can we do a quick enough turnaround to do?
You
it?
could do that in less than a day.
Okay. Well, if we can do it in less than a day, then
The longest part of the trip is the last jump to
Alright.
the Terrinoth system.
I would like to get rid of those droids
Yep.
and the extra cargo. Will travel faster, I presume, without the huge encrypted scanner magic-y thingy on it.
Yeah.
Well, taking the scanner and the droids off would make things a lot lighter.
Yeah. So let's do it in that order then.
Okay, you managed to cram it all onto your ship and leave the crates behind.
Mm-hmm.
Not something you could have done in space.
No, but I'm sure Tetris is a game on
Yeah.
Star Wars world as
Yeah.
well. And when you're trying to pass time in space while you're on guard duty or something like that, I'm pretty sure more than one.
It is the most cramped you've seen this ship.
Yeah.
Having to take over some of the lounge area for cargo.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But hey, that's what these ships are designed for.
Alright, well.
And if you're on a full gravity planet, you might not have taken off with everything.
Oh, I see. Yeah, good to know. Well,
Partly the reason of picking this planet.
we'll take off. Where were we originally coming from?
You're going to head back to Almoran,
Elrond.
because that way you get the gear to the
Yeah.
rebels.
We'll go to Elrond and then we'll go to Kidron.
Okay. Takes you about 10 hours to get to Almoran, which is not a bad thing. You've been
Listen.
now travelling for close to a day.
I was going to say, considering how long everyone's been travelling for, we'll take rostered breaks for rests so that we're not all fatigued if it comes to combat at some point.
And your ship didn't have enough capacity to wake the Wookiees up and keep them alive during
No.
that trip.
No.
You can take them as cargo, but it can't take them as passengers.
No.
Yeah, that's not dehumanising at all. But we're taking them to freedom.
Yep. Alright, so I will organise with my contacts. I assume it's Chandra Dal.
Chandra Dal is your main contact in the region.
Yep.
She says she will meet you at Almoran and help verify.
Yep. I also know that there's some potential additional items that she might be interested in.
Always happy to what you can bring, she says. She'll always find a use for it.
She's a very good buyer to keep a hold of. She's always interested in what you've got. I guess it depends on the price.
Well, she's also
She always gets a good price.
Yeah.
My character uses my own money to support the alliance.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So I actually believe in the alliance and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
and she's one of the frontline people, so she doesn't have a lot of money.
No.
Well, that would probably be why I would have a good reputation with Garm, because I've been working for her in my dad.
And she supported part of the early rebellion in the sector by winning the space racing competitions.
Is that where Broom Broom got his reputation and some of his money from?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So we're
coming
all secretly Rebel Alliance people.
coming into the Olmoran system, Garm had a heads up that a Imperial ship was going to be in system, but it's currently under new management.
Okay.
Under new management.
What does that mean?
Which means whoever was in charge of it was demoted
That's
permanently,
hilarious.
and someone else has been promoted.
The
Second.
second in command took over and gave the captain a
JFK.
no, a
Time.
Our holidays are a space.
I haven't heard that one before.
Space sector.
I was gonna say,
a stop off to the side.
yeah, retirement.
Not quite the retirement package, more of the strand you somewhere package.
Just not the space with a view.
It's the holiday he wasn't expecting.
Does that mean they've effectively become pirates?
Technically, yes,
Okay.
but
What are we able to do business with?
They're
Excellent.
Imperial.
but they have joined the rebellion. It's one of the newest ships in the rebellion.
Ah, okay, so.
And they did need a large ship with a large power supply to run the.
They had been part of the arrangements to get it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so it is what they call a Nebulan B ship. So if you remember the ship that repaired Luke's hand after he got it cut off,
Mhm.
it was basically a big, had big engines at one end, had a big sticky thing at the front, and a little thing along the middle.
Yeah, yeah. Aren't they? They're anti-aircraft, like TIE fighters and stuff.
They can do that sort of picketing. But they are basically something designed to be a general purpose thing for hunting down pirates and rebels. And the fact that the rebels stole it
Nice.
is, and it's one of the first that they stole. It's only been online for 1 month. That's how new it is.
So way to keep the kicking the balls. Nice.
Well, considering who the previous captain was, I think just about any of the team would do that.
All right.
So you see this huge ship in space. It is bigger than anything the other guys have seen. That's not a Star Destroyer.
Okay.
It's an impressive piece of.
And not only is it big, it is shiny.
So I'm assuming we'd be
So-
dropping off cargo on the ship.
You can either dock with the ship or the station, but the ship had come in specifically to get the package.
think it'd be more efficient to dock with the ship.
Yeah, same.
Besides, we could look at the shiny.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
why not?
I'm
Shiny,
fairly
shiny,
sure
why not?
looking at the shiny is not a bad idea.
No.
We don't have to go on a full tour.
And you see the title come up calling it the Far Orbit,
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Broom Broom would like to look
which
at
is
the fast
literally the
shiny
name
ship.
of the book.
So it's called the what?
Far Orbit.
The Far Orbit.
Let's see if I can show you a better picture of it.
So once we've dropped off the package, and Chandra's okayed,
Well, you sort of see a silhouette of it there.
Oh, yeah.
So the silhouette of the ship there.
It looks kind
Yeah,
of silly.
yeah, that helps me visualise it.
Yeah, I
The section in
remember.
between isn't really something people travel on.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the big engine there,
At
so
the
people don't get
front,
irradiated
and then-
by the big level of engines it has,
Yeah.
and most of the people live in that section.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in some form of media somewhere.
Empire and Return of the Jedi both use it.
Yeah.
So yes, you dock and you are met by the new captain. And I can't remember what his name was, even though I just looked it up.
Bob. No, not Bob.
Space Bob.
Well, it helps if I actually give the name because he's going to be a recurring character.
Okay.
Captain Das Vedge. Vedage.
Vedage?
Yes, DHASVEDIJ.
V H
So VAS.
DHAS.
D
Delta Hotel Alpha Sierra.
And
Yeah.
VEDIJ.
Okay, so Das Vedage. Vedig? Could be Vedig.
And he does look fairly seasoned in his appearance.
What was the name of the ship again?
The Far Orbit.
Alright. Cool.
Yeah, its job was to patrol the Outer Rim.
That's what it's doing.
They're very literal in Imperial.
They are. They don't have this thing called sarcasm.
Or imagination.
Yeah, almost more animation.
Well, if they have imagination, they don't last very long.
I think that part burned up with Anakin and the lava panties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they just, lop off those smart bits.
Yeah, absolutely. See, this is what the dark side does to you. It takes your sarcasm away.
With just red pruning scissors.
Well, I don't know. Let's ask Darth Maul about that, but it's fine.
I was gonna say,
He just had tweezers.
Okay, so yes, he does. I think I have a description of how he looks, if I'm lucky.
you said he looks experienced, like he's been through a bit.
Okay, he also looks rich.
So he's one of your friends.
I don't look rich. I look poor as.
He looks like he comes from wealth and privilege.
I'm not sure what that looks like though.
Think a politician
So,
at Parliament House.
So old white guy, basically.
well, this one is more the young white guy,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but he does look experienced instead of just fresh off the line.
Okay.
He's wearing tailored uniform with
Well, he's got his own uniform now because he's no longer wearing the crisp military one. He's now got a crisp personalised one, all in black
Mm-hmm.
with gold trim.
well, he's slimming, so
That's true. We could all look like we. Are
And
towns.
he greets you warmly, having heard of you before.
I greet him with my usual warmth.
Hoi hoi.
I'm concerned that he's heard of us specifically, because that is not great
Well,
for our
he's heard of your
anonymity.
quartermaster before.
Right. As long as he's heard of the quartermaster before and not us, I'm good.
He had some of your friends pass on some investment advice.
See, that's how we got to afford the suit, but I don't say that out loud.
He says he can get you plenty of gear as payment, if that's what you're looking for, or just straight credits.
I'm fine. I don't need anything. But my compatriots here, I'm sure, would be interested. I should also mention there's some probe-droids.
Well, that would be handy. He's got a bunch of ex-Imperial programmers who would love to get their hands on it.
We got 12.
They're brand new, mint condition.
Well, we do have...
They haven't even been unwrapped yet.
We do have about 20 of them on board as well, but we haven't used yet. So we'll just add it to our repertoire.
I think at this stage probably the straight credits is
Um,
worth it.
we might actually have a list of gear that our station needs that's hard to get. That might be worthwhile getting some of the payment in gear that the station needs, and then getting the rest in payment for us.
I trust this can be something that can be discussed between GM and
And
clan leader.
he has a full stock of
Because I trust you.
supplies, having
Well, we usually
just been refreshed 2 weeks ago.
We usually have to give a percentage of what we earn to the clan anyway.
Exactly.
As a percentage of what we earn to the clan.
It should.
Hard to get gear for the station,
Yeah.
and then the percentages that we
Even
keep
the ship as
ourselves.
well.
Yeah, for our ship too. Yeah.
Because he got 4 months worth of
Yeah,
supply
gear for our ship.
loaded onto the ship before they took off.
Because
Nice. I'll make sure that Hondo gets the credits that
Zode.
is owed.
Yeah, he's more than happy to take it whichever way he can get it.
just because I want to stay in Hondo's good books, I'm gonna take some of the money that I might earn and give Hondo a little finder's fee of my own.
He is more than happy to take your finder's fee.
Because it never hurts to keep Hondo in your good books. But I tell him that there'd be more finder's fees in the future if it comes across any sort of intel that might be good warning for anything that happens to be Imperial, that might happen to be going near particular spots that might lead to our space station.
He always
direct-
tries to follow up what the Empire's movements are. It's all good for business, he says.
But just something that might lead to maybe in the future our survival as well as his. for lack of a
Okay.
word. So I'll kind of, rather than it being a finder's fee, I guess it's like an intelligence sort of
Mhm.
fee, sort of.
Well, paying him up front always makes him happy.
Yeah.
Give him a retainer.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the word
Future
I'm.
services.
That's what I'm looking for, kind of like a retainer type thing. But I'm transparent about what I'm hoping to get out of it. And if nothing comes out of it, well then he's earned himself a bit of money for nothing, which he's always happy with.
Okay, so he tries to hurry things along so he can get the
Yes.
Wookiees back to his client.
So basically we're just
I'll
rolling all the
put
stuff off.
Captain
Das.
Captain Das in contact with Captain Dom in terms of the kind of gear that the space station might need. The kind of gear that our ship might need, we might have a look in.
The two captains are currently discussing a mutual arrangement because the Far Orbit will need a place to stop in for resupply itself.
Well, that just works out well for all of us.
And what was that, Ross?
Well, this will also have a medical facility, so they can check over the Wookiees as well.
Well, no, we don't want to stay that long. We want to
Yeah.
take them home.
We need to leave.
Because
And as cargo, they're easier to transport than as people.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
you'd need a passenger vehicle shuttle to get them home otherwise.
Fair enough.
And
Yeah.
most likely have to transport them further than you're capable.
We don't want to stay for too long, but in terms of if we do the negotiations for the station gear with Dom, we don't have to stay that long anyway because he'll know what the station needs, and then we can figure out what our ship needs and what we want later.
does say he might have some work for you shortly.
For him,
Well, for him and his squad.
I was gonna say you're taking over leadership now because I could really do with a holiday.
Much like.
Well, you're the rebel and you have a crew.
I was gonna say we could field promote someone, but
Well, at the moment, if I'm free of current duties with the Alliance, I'm more than happy to see what I can do for my good friends, the Mandalorians.
Well, this is more the captain of the Fire Orbit.
Oh, happy to help him.
Because he has intel that needs acting upon.
Happy to help.
And okay, so he does try to get Brum Brum Crash's autograph.
That'll cost some money.
He's more than happy to buy her a drink.
That's acceptable.
He hands you a nice Naboo wine from.
I was gonna say
From the Barossa Valley of Naboo.
cheap autograph or yeah.
Well, considering you haven't been back home for a while,
Mm.
a taste of home is generally worth more than a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And it does have your Bane on the front of it. It has a Jar Jar Binks picture.
Oh, here, the Great Lakes former senator.
Mm.
As he's become the ambassador for the wine company.
I was gonna say
As there's a picture of him knocking over wine barrels.
he's doing the PR now.
Doesn't he become a Sith Lord?
No.
He does in a alternate universe version of things.
The
Where the
Legos-
Millennium Falcon is turned into the Sith ship.
Yeah, the Lego Star Wars movie coming out soon is him as Darth Jar Jar. Which I'm still looking forward to that movie. It looks so fun.
Which-
I was gonna say it's been a long-held conspiracy theory come true.
Yeah, it's gonna be so funny.
Could you resist though? The fans came up with it. What more brilliant idea is there?
Now we have Jedi Bob as well.
Jedi Bob?
It's a Lego.
Yeah, he's a Lego.
He's a Lego
Oh,
piece.
okay, yeah.
And everybody just calls him Jedi Bob.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
my memory. We have seen the Lego.
So it's gonna be coming
Star
out.
Wars.
I think later this year.
Always interesting.
Yeah.
So, he does ask, is there anything that you're looking for?
No, I'm fine. I'm
How
a guy.
How about Brum Brum Crash? Is he looking for anything in particular? As his favoritist speedster. As he says in Almost Gungan.
Misa say your Gungan is good up.
He just laughs, going, not so good, always tryer.
I would happily accept any upgrades, any upgrade pieces for my ship.
He will keep an eye out. Send in specs of your ship. He will have his people on it.
Sounds good.
And he does wish you speediest on the way, knowing that the rest of your cargo is technically time sensitive.
Yep.
Respect. Which
Okay.
means Brum Brum's driving.
So we were supposed to meet Hondo and Coin?
Hondo's going
Hondo's
with you.
with us.
Oh, he's with us,
We
okay, yeah.
diverted with him because, frankly, we don't trust him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You wanted to make sure he actually gave her back to Wookiees.
Yes.
And I feel I know Hondo well enough now to say that to his face and for him to laugh.
Oh, absolutely.
He laughs outrageously. Okay, so on the outskirts of the coin system, way out of the hyperlane, you dock up with some Wookiee ships.
I make use of my hard-earned Wookiee language to
I'm assuming I don't speak Wookiee.
meet
Not as well.
with...
Thank God you're doing this one.
I was gonna say this is something that thankfully Thea has been really working
They
Gungan's hard, man.
greet Hondo warmly, having lots of dealings with him.
I'm the one in the Wookiee, it's actually Clan.
It's also a lot harder for him to steal from Wookiees because they don't carry a lot of stuff on them.
And they just rip limbs off.
They are also not very forgiving of people stealing from them.
Correct. They usually take limbs. And that's just because they grab really hard.
I was going to say,
It's not that they're cutting them off, it's just that they grab really hard and pop them off.
although mind you, I haven't put that into practice yet, but I'd be willing to.
He does hand them the code cylinder that he was using, thanking them for its use.
That's
so
surprising.
it's there.
And they give him a data chip in return.
Always.
Interesting.
I feel like it's one of those shows where you buy nothing and you sell nothing, you just trade. You trade for everything, and that's what Hondo does.
Money
he
isn't
trades
always
to-
useful.
He trades a bike for a car, trades a car for a boat, trades a boat for a plane, trades a plane for a signed autograph to some weird person, trades that, and he just keeps trading.
Those are those YouTubers that try to trade a dollar
There's a
for
reality
up to
show,
so-
actually.
There was one of them where they start off with like a paperclip or a
And they have to
pen,
work
and they
hard.
have to work up to a specific goal.
Yeah.
I think one person got a house.
I saw one
All
of those
through
get a
trading.
1968 Corvette in mint condition. Nice. Yeah.
Well, if you can trade what someone wants, it can be worth more than what
They
they're
even
trading.
got it repainted.
That's crazy.
It's
That's so
just-
good.
yeah.
So we.
So yes, it takes about an hour to transfer everything across.
Yeah.
But they are keeping the Wookiees in cryo sleep until they get into their destination because they don't register as Wookiees while frozen.
I will ask them if
Meat
they've had
popsicles,
any
literally.
news of a Wookiee called Wookiee known as,
Warren?
not the real name, Warren.
Uh,
And if they know what happened.
They know that she's been traveling with their various groups, trying to track down where all the Wookiee slaves are going to.
I will.
The Wookiee slave market has almost disappeared with no slaves appearing on the market. Someone just keeps buying them up.
Would that someone be these Wookiees?
Well, they managed to find that the Empire bought these ones, but they don't know who's been buying all the others.
Okay, I see.
And the only thing they were able to do was to get a virus uploaded onto the ship.
I'm tempted not to ask what kind of virus, but sure, what kind of virus?
The best kind.
Yeah, virus.
I was going to say, does it sound like a small, cute, adorable animal has taken over their computers?
It's more like a vicious thing that swats down anything that tries to communicate with it.
Oh, interesting.
Still accurate.
Still accurate, still. I will take out a small package that's wrapped and addressed to Warren and say, if you can get this to Warren, I would appreciate that.
You're given a big hug by a Wookiee. Feel a little out of breath afterwards.
That's even in the armor, I presume.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can definitely feel it.
By the way, I would have taken my helmet off for these guys. And I tell them I appreciate it more if she can get this package, please.
Yeah, more than happy to do that.
I mean, trying to get it to her for a long time. This is the first time I've come across Wookiees I can trust that have had contact with her.
Don't you have something that you need to give to the Wookiees?
That's what I just did.
That staff thing.
No, I've given them a package. What staff thing? Are you talking about Piper's ceremonial dagger?
Oh, I can't remember. All I can remember, we had something that was very ornate and was very important for Wookiees.
That was their blade.
Yeah, so...
They had one of their ceremonial blades.
Yeah, so the package has a couple of things in it, and returning Piper's ceremonial dagger is one of them, because she got executed by the Imperials.
if I can, I want to swap some contact information with their leadership.
Yeah, they're more than happy to, though they also say Hondo can get in touch with them.
Yeah, on the off chance that I or my patriots ever come across Wookiee slaves, it's always good to know where to send them.
In case Hondo's not contactable.
And obviously, if you have any need of anything and Hondo's not available, I'm always happy to help.
Same.
I know a guy.
I was going to say, do we get any names with these Wookiees?
Oh, they just give you a drop point to
okay.
send to.
Make the sound effect.
That's your name.
There.
Learn, you gotta
Spell
spell it
that.
yourself.
I will.
But you also realise they don't use names. They've learnt not to use names for quite a long time.
Watch the recording back and figure out how to spell it.
Yeah, you gotta add a little bit more roar in it, and just like.
I was going to spell it Garaoowl.
I'm sure that's close enough.
See if I remember that later.
But they are also pressed for time as their exit out of this system is due to arrive soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say being in a phone system isn't exactly super safe.
As they attach themselves to passing ships.
That's a smart way to move around.
That's the pirate way.
Yeah.
It's how Hondo moves around most of the time.
Yarr.
Yeah, you would want to...
It's dangerous,
If
but
you
it's
play-
very hard to track.
If you want a way to not be tracked everywhere you go, that'd be one of the most ideal.
Because your signature is not travelling anywhere.
Yeah.
It'd be a good way to hide even if you can't always travel that way because you just keep disappearing.
And the most dangerous way to do that is via Imperial military.
Yes.
I don't know. We seem to do it okay.
Attached to a Star Destroyer.
No kidding. I don't think we have the capacity, let alone.
I don't know if we
No
have-
one really wants that kind of attention.
I was gonna say I don't think we have the guts.
Oh,
I think
put in
Brum
the
Brum
right
does.
position.
Just the issue you have with that is when they stop, it's a little obvious if someone does a patrol.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's less guts and more too sensible.
Okay, so
We let them leave, and I assume we head back.
Hondo's happy for you to drop him off back at Kidron.
Yep.
He says he might have another job for you down the track.
We always find working with him very interesting and
Profitable.
appropriately challenging.
Sorry, back off.
He does do the big hug on everyone
I
who
was
allows
gonna
him
say, he finds it profitable. We may find it less profitable. Although this time we might actually make some money out of it. Alright.
No, hold on. As he's hugging everybody, we're checking that we still have our stuff. I don't think that you're trying to slip this past us.
to. Oh, he does hand some people back some of their things, saying, "I wonder how that happened."
No, that just slipped in. Yeah, sure. We'll make sure we have everything before we're like, okay, peace out, bye, Hondo.
You're sure you got most of it back?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find
I'm
out
sure he got a
like
lot of
3
stuff.
sessions from now
That he took
that
something.
we want to pull out like, you know, a data pad or something like that, and you're like, it's gone. You realise it's been missing since the last time you saw Hondo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But at the same time, it was an iPhone, so it's all good.
Yeah, no, it's
Something we
only-
got from eBay.
It's
Mm.
it's the iPhone version and not the not anything else.
It's okay. I paid 3 times as much because I got it from eBay anyway.
Okay, so that's what it is that I have hidden in my room. I before Hondo leaves, I checked that the long range transceiver is still in my quarters, being
It is.
protected by the cats. Because here I've got long range scanner, very rare, don't sell, hard to get. just in case I forgot.
I like your notes.
Okay, so you drop Hondo off in the middle of the bush, in the middle of nowhere, and he waves you off.
I leave him with the make sure he's got sufficient water and rations, because I don't know where he's going or how long it's going to be.
Did he ask to be dropped
Yeah.
off there?
Yeah, he did, but I still make sure he's got sufficient water and rations.
Alright, we're just gonna have to trust that he knows what he's doing, because that's
He-
a weird thing to do on Kid Drop.
He's far more paranoid than most people.
Yeah.
He does.
He has been betrayed so often.
He kind of begs for it.
Yeah, that's pretty true as well.
Yeah.
And with such suspicious people, he wouldn't show them where he hid his ship.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That way he can hide it there again a second time.
At least now, if something happens to him on the way back to his ship, he's got something to help him survive.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I don't actually want to. He's
you did get a com from him later, saying he got to his ship fine.
yeah, good to know.
Good to know.
He's a scamp.
I will send him an amusing journal entry of our experience together and call it, a story of our adventures together.
Okay, so next session you will be invited onto the far orbit as it's going to be hunting down much needed fuel for the rebellion.
Okay.
And a chance to really destabilize the Empire's outer rim efforts.
You mean there might be combat?
There will be combat.
Oh, not might, will. There
Will be
will be combat.
And
Good luck to you, Mr. I like to talk my way in and make profits.
And the far orbit won't be able to help you in that. It can only drop you off. Because at the moment they
I'm hiding behind you.
they are currently still registered as an Imperial rebel hunting ship.
Ah, interesting.
The Empire doesn't know it's stolen.
Yeah.
So they're going to make the most of that and not break its cover.
Yep.
Good idea.
Nice.
Could lead to complications for us.
Well,
Potentially problematic.
but now that they've got the bigger scanner on board, they can now actually do far more than this ship was capable of.
Nice. Because they take potential out of there.
It was intended for a Star Destroyer.
Yeah, that's my guess. That's why 3 Star Destroyers were stalking us once we took it.
Though it does have a label on there for Thrawn.
Yeah, so it's exactly the non-Star Destroyer that I wanted to be involved in this, but yeah.
That's awesome.
But if it was addressed to Admiral Thrawn or Grand
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Grand Admiral.
He's a
Thrawn.
Grand Admiral now.
He's been. Oh, I note in my journal that Grand Admiral Thrawn has had a promotion to being Grand as well as an Admiral.
For his work on the TIE Interceptor.
The TIE Interceptor,
Mhm.
which is up from the
TIE Fighter.
Fighter.
So they had TIE Fighters and TIE Bombers for quite a while, and he's been leading the effort for improving the TIE Fighter designs.
Right. Okay.
Because he doesn't believe in big ships only.
Mm. Well, we had a discussion about the different types of TIE fighters at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I did my study on them, I think.
And he was building a TIE Fighter to have shields, hyperdrive, missiles, and torpedoes.
Mm. This is not good news for us if that actually happens.
No.
Because
Potentially
they'll be a
problematic.
lot harder for Brum Brum and Ash to shoot out.
Well, a lot
Current-
harder for Ash to shoot at.
Currently identified as the TIE Defender.
Ah, okay.
I was going to say, what happened to the TIE Defender? Is that in the future?
That is, he's the prototyping person.
Yeah, so he's doing the prototypes for the Defender now.
Yes. Just that his prototypes can't take the power, strain, and performance that he wants.
Okay, yeah. So he's got the promotion for the Interceptor, and now he's moved on to the Defender, but the Defender's not in general population production.
Well, the Defender is still in prototyping phase,
Right, okay.
which means that they've got most of the engine systems worked out, which they put into the Interceptor, and some of the upgraded weapons from the Interceptor's gone into it.
And how prolific are the Interceptors?
The Interceptors are a new thing, so people are starting to order them,
Okay.
but they don't see the need for them
Are
yet.
they Chimera only type shoots?
They would be anything that was dealing with fast moving.
So we might encounter them in other places. Okay.
They would be the Empire's elite flying them. So not just the person who flies the TIE fighter who's well trained, they are stupidly well trained.
Yeah.
It would be the best of their best.
Yeah, okay, so I might have to return to my notes from when I was talking to Thrawn about the TIE
So
fighters.
when you see the Interceptors reach the field, you know that they're the big threat.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's some room there to research weaknesses.
The weakness is that they have no shields.
Yes.
But hitting them's the hard part. They are currently the fastest starfighter.
So we have to upgrade Ash's and Broom Broom's simulators to include the speed and movement of interceptors so that they can learn to shoot those in target practice.
Ash can learn to shoot.
Currently, the only thing you have that may even come close is Brom Brom's Racer. And we're
So
talking about a custom-designed racer matching a starfighter's speed.
So we need to put guns on his racer, is what you're saying.
Well, because it's not one of the Naboo ships, you can do that.
Yep, I'm thinking that might not be a bad way.
So is that shiny ships that they have aren't designed to take weapons.
Well, that's understandable.
They put all their performance in the shields and speed.
You don't put weapons on pretty cars. Alright, well I guess that means...
He can in Mad Max.
Yeah, that's true.
Or not so pretty cars, depending on which Mad Max you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, it does depend
Yeah,
on
true,
Mad
true,
Max.
true.
Okay, so yes, you did get through your intro to this current storyline.
We survived. Congratulations. to
You did
us.
survive.
And all limbs intact.
Without doing the... yes, we'll do the Leroy Jenkins move.
Yes.
I did have options for people who are going, I'm going to ignore what's suggested and do my own thing. That was when the dice came out.
Where's the spontaneity when that happens?
I had room for it all.
Was-
That was where unfortunate combat happened.
I don't think we had any for that.
You didn't, but you had the option to do so.
Because stunner armor. Don't forget to get more stun grenades.
Yeah, no, I had it on my
So basically, if you didn't put the chip in from Hondo, then the pirates would have attacked you.
Actually, I should have picked them up from when we dropped off at Far Orbit when it was like, is there anything you need? Yes, I
He's
need
more
to
than
restock my
happy
stun-
to have
stun
given you
grenades.
a crate of stun grenades.
Crate of stun grenades, noted.
Handy.
Well, that's the sort of thing that they have on hand.
Yeah.
They can literally take a army with them.
Yeah.
I have to say, the trustiest things I've had are the ionization grenades, the stun grenades, and the ionization blaster.
And the cool thing about this one is it actually has deck plans over multiple decks of the ship. That's why I pulled that one out as a staging ground for you outside.
I feel like you opening up that book and showing it to us is your version of how nerdy am I? But
Very
in a
nerdy.
nice way.
You could steal his book to make a house layout plan for your house. Steal it from the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, he sent me many Star Wars adaptations to houses, including the bed.
See? There you go. Man, you gotta show all that to your interior designer.
Yep.
I was gonna say, all interior design place. Look like Star Wars. The dining room could be the cantina, right?
Absolutely.
And
And then I think you'll have the patio and pergola all Nabooian.
yeah, Naboo, yes, yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be good.
That is definitely the way to go with those areas.
Yeah.
The living room, not so sure. I'm thinking
Palpatine throne room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the downside would be
There's stairs
anyone who
involved.
wanted to watch movies with you would have to kneel next to you.
Sucks.
Appropriate. What?
Yeah. It's your house.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's this railing for the people who want the high ground.
No, I know. Anyone who wants to watch a movie with you has to be like in one of those torture beds.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's comfy, but also unsettling.
And here it could have been just like the Republic Senate and just have little
But-
bubbles for everybody to sit in.
I feel like all the bathrooms and en-suites should just be secret Deadpool Wolverine rooms.
There we go. We'll just fit those in somehow. So,
Hidden behind Star Wars looking doors.
yes.
That
Well, you get pocket doors, and then you just make them look like Star Wars doors, so that when
Yeah.
you get
but you have to manually slide them rather than
And make the noise.
well, yeah, you have to make the noise, otherwise, what's the point?
Yep.
So someone was already doing that on Star Trek and Star Wars back in the 70s. I feel that that's an easily learnable skill.
Absolutely.
Yes, it literally was someone making that noise, moving the door on the original
you
series.
can get a TIE Fighter barbecue. I know where to get those.
Surely they would have recorded it.
You can get a
That was back in the
you can get a
60s.
broken
This is
death.
the one we want.
You can
In
get
the
a broken
60s, a lot
Death
of it was
Star
just
fighter
recorded
Yes,
and done.
I've seen
Yeah.
those.
pit. Very common.
I've seen entire bedrooms made out of like Star Wars, like TIE Fighter bedside tables,
Yeah.
R2D2 fridges, cupboard. No, R2D2
And then
drawers.
the droids you already have are just gonna fit in.
Yeah.
We're designing your house for you. You
I
don't need to
really-
pay for the
Yeah.
free.
I really think you should redecorate your Roomba as a droid,
Yeah.
a mouse droid.
I don't have a Roomba.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess
you
you'll be getting one.
put a mouse over it.
Okay, so if you
Yep.
don't want to add anything else, I will put it on end credits.
Oh, I thought we'd finished already.